Get it. Man, it's good to be back. Captain the Ticket 93.7.
Hey,
Coach.
bravo to you.
Thanks, man.
Bravo to you.
Appreciate
That 3 hours of radio was spectacular.
I appreciate that.
So, again, I don't get impressed by much. I was impressed by yesterday.
Appreciate that.
So,
Coach is awesome.
I wanted to say that publicly to you directly.
Yeah, 5% of what I had to ask him. I only asked 5%.
Couldn't get to it.
Couldn't get to it.
Like,
I got to bring him back because.
But I won.
Almost once a month.
I won yesterday.
Why?
Because he called me coach. Tom Osborne called me coach.
Oh,
I was done. It was a wrap.
Yeah,
hey,
you did get up and leave right after that.
It was a wrap. I was done. There was nothing else I could hear yesterday. You couldn't tell me nothing.
You was like Rico. Rico was just like a little kid in the candy store.
I look, man. Coach called me a coach. I'm like, hey, time to bounce. I'm out.
He said it was nice to meet me. He was leaving. He goes, nice to meet you, Rico. And I said, whew, all right.
Right. But how about Coach saying up there, it's a picture of the field.
Yeah.
Coach says, so you're going to start here, VJ. And Rico, you're going to start at the goal.
Yeah, I love it.
And he goes, it'll be close.
That should be a stroke of confidence for you.
That is.
But we have to.
But did you hear what he told me?
We have to handle Rico.
No, what did he say?
He told me, make sure you start training.
Yeah.
He know. But who allowed Rico to take that hallway picture?
I tried to tell Rico
in front of the
TO.
What do you think?
He took the picture.
No,
I
did.
Rico,
you took the picture.
We literally talked about it before. Rico, stand with Tom Osborne on one side. With Tom Osborne, you stood in front of Tom Osborne.
I got his signature on the side. Got his signature on the side, so that's
no. Goober.
Look, Vershawn didn't tell me to move.
Hey, listen.
He
took the picture.
Have to.
It's weird. Okay, so it's weird to do it because you can't stand in front of it to get the picture because then you can't get the people.
Like Vershawn, is like that's a layup, right?
Yes. he had multiple times I threw the alley-oop for him, right? On a 6-foot goal.
Oh, did he text you?
And he missed it.
How exactly should I ask? Tom Osborne.
Turn him back on.
I did.
I did text DPS that. How do you ask a living legend for a picture?
And I said, I just showed you. Like I literally did it before I left.
That is the most famous person I have ever met.
Like
he gave you an example of what to do.
Just leadership. Like here, let me show you.
That's what I did.
He tried to coach you
after
up,
the
coach.
show. After the show, I was
That's
like,
what we're talking about. See,
after the show, I said, "Hey Tom, could I bother you for a picture?" And he said, "No problem."
See, hey Tom.
Hey Tom.
Hey,
listen.
I said coach.
It's close to you.
I said coach.
It's not Tom.
Did I just say Tom? I said coach.
Tom.
Okay,
how many
my bad.
pictures?
I said coach.
How many pictures over his lifetime do we think Tom Osborne has taken?
9 bazillion.
I mean,
is there a
can
number?
Can we even think about a number?
At least 1 million.
9
Really?
bazillion.
At least.
1 million.
You gotta think.
I feel like that's on the low end.
Think about this one. He was the head coach for 25 years, right?
Absolutely.
He was an assistant coach for 10 years.
And then athletic director.
Okay, wait a minute. 25 years have went by since he was a coach.
50 years.
60 years.
60 years, and then you're not even counting his time in the NFL.
No.
At Hastings.
You also got to count, he's doing the teammates. So, you've got some of the parents of the kids that maybe meet him.
He does a ton of teammates.
Well,
yeah.
He does a ton.
1 million might be.
1.4 million over under.
You might be lowballing it, actually.
Bring this with you to Buzzer Billy.
Okay.
So
come on, Rico. We're gonna need you to get your game right.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was starstruck.
Sure, Rico.
He was too. He didn't know what to do.
Fine.
Texting people.
He was giddy.
Coach.
I was.
No.
I'm not.
First of all, he didn't want to call coach.
That's when we knew he was in trouble.
That's when we knew.
Yeah. And then you called him on your phone. And you're like, "Hey, we're about to call you," and he goes, "Oh, I'm on my way." And I was like, "Whoop, wasn't prepared for this one."
So Rico's like, "I didn't shower this morning."
I was not.
Bishop didn't go his hair.
Yeah.
Like Rico,
I gotta put that hat on.
Rashawn wasn't here.
prepared.
Rashawn was settling in, and Rashawn goes, "Hey, you need to call coach." And you'd have thought the fire alarm went off in this joint, right?
Yeah, you would have.
Right? Like Rashawn
okay.
went.
Or do you want to call him?
What are you doing, Rico?
That's exactly. I said, okay. Or do you want to call him? Exactly how I said it.
He wanted me to call him, and I'm like,
he handed that over. He handed it over right away. He handed
Hey,
it.
he's
You
your
need to
coach.
call, sir. Don't be starstruck. Coach is
That's funny.
down to
Look,
earth.
look.
He's calm,
Sorry about it.
He's cool. He's collective, and
It was good.
he's an awesome,
Very
man,
funny
so
guy.
It was good.
That's awesome.
It was good. So
He
I'm
probably could coach you up.
no. Yeah, he could.
He could.
But we don't wish that.
I'm gonna need it.
We don't wish that.
I will say this.
He has enough gray hairs.
I did post the link to the full interview on our Twitter this morning. So if you missed any of the
Did
interview,
you post it on Facebook?
not quite yet. But if you've missed any of the
Facebook
interview,
and
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram,
and
it'll all be
Instagram
there
should
by
all be there.
noon today.
Well,
Should
make
all
sure
be
you
there.
tag me.
Should
Yes.
all be there.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna hand it over to you and get
We'll
out
see
of
you
the way.
later,
I
man.
just wanted to say, stay here long enough to say I'm proud of you.
With a hat on because it fits better.
Right.
Man, it was a little hot up in here, man. You know how you guys are around.
It's a little hot in here. I think
it.
it's really comfortable.
No, this is good.
I need
Yeah.
to. We're me and you getting ready to go 1-on-1. You know that, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Oh,
you did the
boy.
round table. You
I did.
interviewed some coaches, and I want to know some answers.
All right. Sounds good.
I need to ask you some questions as to what
Yeah, we said
took
guys.
place.
It was with Mark Whipple yesterday.
Okay, let's talk about the Mark Whipple. You got sound bites?
I do not have sound bites, but that's Cape. That's easy.
Let's
to
talk
get.
to Jay.
Let's turn on Jay. Jay, what's on your mind, man?
What's all going on, guys? Jay with Culligan. How are you guys today?
Good.
Culligan Great Water.
I'm telling you, I'm
Man.
loving it. Hey, I wanted to talk to Rico. Rico, so you're talking about being starstruck by T.O. So we deliver to his house. And the first time, dude, let me tell you something. So we go knock on this guy's door, okay? And the guy I was riding with didn't tell me. And I saw the stone out in front of the house at Osborne. I was like, oh, Osborne's. Knock on the door. He opens the door. And I almost fell. I went, are you kidding me? Like I almost fell over. So now get this. So this guy is so cordial and so nice. He's talking to us the whole time. I'm trying to form words talking to him. He takes us downstairs to where we're taking his salt. He opens the door in the room that we go through. We walk through his trophy room to take the salt. And I mean, I almost, I couldn't believe where I was.
Wow.
And I wanted to take a look around. I knew I couldn't. And he stood there. He just talked to us. Thank you guys so much. Such a cordial dude, just down to earth, appreciated everything we did. And I'm standing next to Tom Osborne in that man's trophy room. And it was one of the coolest experiences. I've been over there multiple times. He's the same dude every time. And I'm awestruck every time, but super down to earth, great guy. I just wanted to give my 2 cents. Rico, super cool dude. You'd asked him for a picture, autograph, whatever. He would have been so gracious. He would have done it a million times over. So that's all I needed, guys. Take care. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Jay.
Jay was
Wow.
starstruck too. Rico, don't.
You
What
know,
he was basically telling you is, Rico, don't feel bad.
Yeah.
That it's multiple people that starstruck by
it
Coach
happens.
Osborne.
It happens to all of us. The dude that he was riding with definitely knew it was Tom Osborne's house. He was like, "Watch this, guys. Watch this. I'm not gonna tell him." All right, go up, knock on the door. Osborne, yeah, no, it's just some guy named Osborne. It's fine. You're fine.
First name Osborne.
Yeah.
Kick in the face. Okay, let's talk Whipple, man.
That's awesome. Thank you,
Get the
Rico.
Whipple.
Yeah, Whipple.
Thanks, Rico. First of all, from the entire interview, what did you?
Just
your-
with Whipple
what's
or
your
the whole
synopsis?
day?
Let's talk Whipple first.
Okay.
Okay, so because he's offensive coordinator,
He is.
it's a big part of what we're getting ready to do next year.
Yeah.
What did you get from the entire interview?
Well, a man that's been around the block.
Mhm.
You hear about it. You hear about all the stops that he has, or where he's all been, and all that. But it takes it up another notch when you hear him talk about his experiences and the schemes that he did at other places. I mean, and a really down to earth guy when he was talking to us. And the reason I say that is because there were many times throughout the course of the 30-minute conversation that a couple of us had with him was that he admitted wholeheartedly that he did not know where to go this morning. He had no idea. He wasn't in the right place at the right time. A lot of the times he's like, I look up in the stadium and there's 9 clocks going on and I don't know which one to look at. And he's like, I thought we had 7 seconds left of a drill. So I started cleaning up and wrapping things up, but come to find out we had 2 minutes left of a drill. And he's like, so it's a learning experience for everyone. And I feel like that is not only admirable, but just gains a sense of respect, knowing that he isn't perfect at Nebraska yet. He admitted that, I mean, the situations at practice are a lot more, not complicated, that's not the right word, but you're just doing a lot more at Nebraska. There's a lot more going on. And he spoke to Nebraska's depth as being a reason they're able to get so many reps. And that's the stuff kind of off the field, not the football talk, that was impressive for me, that made me respect him even more, was because he admitted that he was in the wrong and that he was straight up like, I'm new here. I'm going to learn with these guys.
Somebody's got to tell him what to do.
Exactly.
I mean, you got to guide a person in that situation. But did you guys ask him any good questions?
So it was interesting. There was one football, and I talked about this on my show yesterday. There was one football question or conversation.
Wait a minute. Wait. Stop for a minute, Nick.
Okay.
Stop for a minute. You mean to tell me you guys had the offensive coordinator, the new offensive coordinator, Mark Whipple, and only one football question?
No. I'm saying that this was the one that stuck out to me the most.
Okay. All right.
This was the one that stuck out to me the most. Because he was asked a lot about Jordan Addison at Pittsburgh. He was asked about his time at previous stops at UMass, what they did. But one thing that point or stuck out to me was he mentioned something about the receiver when they miss the football, despite it being a good pass from the quarterback. If they don't catch the football, if it's a couple yards over their head or a little bit over their head or something, he goes, I want to give everybody a reason, an authentic reason why they didn't get the football, why they missed the football, why they couldn't catch it. And he said, for an example, he goes, on a comeback route, if I can come back and tell the receiver after they missed the football that they needed to cut or come back 18 to 20 yards from the line of scrimmage instead of 15 like they did, then you get the defensive back into their back pedal, and it creates that space. Plus, then the quarterback and the wide receiver are all on the same page. But if you cut back, 3 yards short, that pass from the quarterback, a throw that they're comfortable in making, that they've made over and over, is going to be over their head because they expect you to do your job and be 18 to 20 yards when you cut back and not 15.
Yeah.
And he said, plus that creates space between the wide receiver and the defensive back because they're clearly in their back pedal if you cut back 18 to 20 yards rather than 15.
Yeah, you get them out of their comfort.
Exactly. So it's like those things where those football questions on the field. And he goes, I told the guys this morning that I'm not judging them off of today. And he said, because it's wrong of me to judge them on a day where they haven't seen themselves in film. And he said, so I told them day 2, day 3 are going to be the most judgmental days. And he said, but in a good reason, because we're going to watch the film tonight. We're going to see the film tomorrow. They're going to be able to go home and see themselves in film and know it's visual. He's like, it's all visual learning. And so those two comments really stuck out to me because I'm standing there, a couple yards away from him thinking, okay, yeah, like I can visualize it, him telling us what he tells the players, where if you cut back 18 to 20 yards instead of 15, that creates a couple more yards of separation. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It should be, but it doesn't have to be because you have more space between the wide receiver and the defensive back. And you're on the same page with everybody's doing their job. And that's just on one certain play and route.
Right. But if you got Whipple there, I think one of the questions that I would pose is, what is your base sets? What can we look? What can we look to see in the spring game? Like what?
I'm not sure they know yet. I honestly don't, because we tried to get that out, and we, as being other media guys, I think a lot of people were trying to get that out of Scott Frost, and there was no real set in stone answer. I think with spring practice or with this kind of press conference with the first one, it was, what's the mentality? What's changing from last year? And I guess that question could be,
what was the answer to that?
Ramir Johnson, a running back, said that it's the mentality. And then that's when he mentioned Jaquez Yant right off the bat. His first running back he mentioned was Jaquez Yant.
That's funny coming from a running back mentioning the running back.
Yeah.
So that's when you start to see respect.
Exactly.
That's when you start to say, okay, this guy, he's looking at what he's doing in the weight room. He's looking at what he's doing on the practice field, and he's saying, hey, this dude is pretty doggone good. Maybe I should encourage him. Maybe he can encourage me, and we can put this thing together and be good as a team, not as an individual.
Well, understanding that you need that guy. You can't do it on your own. You need to understand you have to do it you have to do it with a group of guys. And so, if you want to go into, it was kind of funny. We all kind of got a chuckle out of it when we asked who took the first rep. Well, we asked it to Scott Frost first, and he said, I wasn't with him. I wasn't with the ones. I was with the twos. Take that for what you will. And then then we asked Mark Whipple the same question, who took the first snap today, and just minor details. And he said, Casey. And we asked him why. And he said, I don't need to tell you why. You guys know why. And so
why would he have to tell you why?
Well, it's just details, details. Because for VJ,
sense.
No, VJ.
If you ask the question, who's the starter, and I say Casey, and that should tell you all you need to know.
But you have to remember how curious Nebraska football fans are and how much they're starving for information every single season. I'm just saying though, every single time.
The ball. That's the key. That's why he's in the pole position.
You're right.
What we should have asked is who's number 2, who's number 3. Who's number 4? Do we know that? From Mark's perspective, who is your number 2? Okay, cool. Casey's number 1. Who's your number 2?
I don't know. Number 3? I don't know if they have that answer because there's a couple guys in that room that are nicked up. Chubba's nicked up, so I don't know if they have that answer. There was a lot of good conversation surrounding Chubba.
They've got the answer. The answer is the guy who is next up. So
yes, but they're not going to always tell us though. They won't.
I'm not saying that they would tell us. Well, y'all asked the question. He told you what. He told you who started.
I know, but it is also our job to dig deeper and not evaluate, but find the details. And the truth.
The truth is Casey started.
I understand that.
Now, the next question was what? Why?
Yeah. Well, they said who took the first snap and why did you choose to go with that guy? And he said Casey took the first snap. And that was it. And then they asked him and said, was there a certain reason? Was there a certain decision that went into that made you feel like you guys wanted him to take the first snap? Mm-hmm. And he goes, I shouldn't have to tell you. You guys know.
I don't think he
and I think, and it wasn't in a snarky way. Like, I'm not trying to say that about Mark Whipple at all. I think it was in a way of this guy was a pretty talented quarterback at Texas. You guys have seen the film. That's understandable why he's the starter.
Well, yeah, I think that's the key.
But you have to understand though, VJ, that we want that to come out of his mouth. We want something similar to come out of his mouth so that we can play it and hear it straight from the source.
Do you have any sound bites?
We can by the next commercial
segment.
Or
next segment we go through. We'll have some sound bites from Nick's roundtable at Nebraska at the first spring game practice yesterday. Also, I was there as well. So a lot of good information coming out of there. I'm drinking a Big Red Kool-Aid. Again,
it's almost time.
Well, somebody's got to drink it for now. Until they show me something else, I'm going to drink the Big Red Kool-Aid. We got to get some offensive linemen. We got to get some nasty guys. We got to develop the guys we got and make it work.
That's interesting because Scott Frost was asked about the offensive lineman yesterday, and he seems to feel pretty good about it. Now, that could just be coach speak, but he mentioned 3 guys at possibly center.
Yeah, but he also mentioned that we were hurt.
He did.
So
he did. And that's the kind of the thought around the whole team, both offense and defense, it seemed like, was that there are going to be relying on a lot of guys that are currently injured to be big parts of what they're trying to do this fall.
Yeah, and those guys got to get healthy. I mean, you can't be a part of anything unless you get healthy. So the guys that you got to fight with are the guys that are healthy. They're guys that are out there. They're doing what they're supposed to do as far as practicing. They're giving 110%, and that's all you can ask for, and then go from there.
Given 100%, 110%, and with the players that talked, and I'm sure we'll get into this as we go along, leadership was a big discussion, especially with a guy like Quentin Newsome and a guy like Garrett Nelson now, because if you remember last year, their secondary was extremely experienced, and their secondary also had a lot of personality. We don't know what that's going to look like this year. We might have an idea of the guys in that room, but
like who's the guys?
Who just the guys that may fill a spot? Like? Noah Pola. Well, I don't even know if I like these guys. I mean, it's Noah Pola Gates is a name. Noah Pola Gates, Miles Farmer, Quentin Newsome, Braxton Clark.
I like Braxton.
I mean, it depends how they
he's long, he's lanky.
Depends what they do with a guy like Javen Wright. If he's outside linebacker.
I like Javen Wright.
I mean, now you
continue to get healthy.
Yeah, and so now it's like who are going to, like, if you think about like a JoJo Doman was that personality last year, or a Cam Taylor-Britt was kind of the personality last year. And you wonder, okay, who's going to fill that void? Because you have a guy like Garrett Nelson, who's extremely vocal, barely had any voice because he lost his voice because he was yelling in practice. And then you have a guy like Ty Robinson, who decides he flat out admitted, he goes, there's some guys that choose to lead by their voice, and he goes, there, you need those, but you also need a mix and a blend of other guys who lead by example and are speak with their actions. And he goes, that's the avenue I choose to go to.
Well,
and so there's a mixture there.
There's good and bad parts to each to each situation, and how you. I wouldn't say bad. If you're a good leader, it's always going to be good. But if you're a leader that leads by example, like a Mike Minter type, he didn't say very much.
Yeah.
But boy, you saw him flying around on the football field. You
Exactly.
knew how he led. And then you have guys like myself who I'm gonna hit you in the mouth and I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do, but I may talk to you. I may try to get you pumped up. And get you. I might see somebody hang their head down. Now it's time to go pick their head back up. Man, listen, let that play go, because you will not be able to go on and be successful playing this game unless you let it go.
Well, and Ty said something about, the one-on-one, choosing to have a one-on-one conversation other than just yelling at them, not yelling, but, criticizing them or talking to them in practice. Because I feel like there's to a certain extent, you have to know your teammates and you have to understand what way they learn the best. And by that, I mean, they might not respond well to being yelled at by a teammate in practice to, pick their, what up, but having a mature one-on-one conversation following practice where you can still nip it in the butt, then they might respond to that better the next day rather than just getting yelled at in practice.
Man, don't nobody want to hear all that old crybaby stuff.
I don't know if that's a crybaby. I think that's just the way that they learn the best.
I mean, that's not true. You learn the best. You learn the best by getting that belt cracked on your back. You know why? Because football is a disciplined sport. It's not just like most people, they go and they can do the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and all that stuff and learn. In football, it's a game of inches. So you got to know what you're doing. You got to be strong enough to do what you're doing, and you got to be smart enough to do all what encompass what the play tells you to do.
But I'll ask you this then, and they mentioned this earlier or yesterday. One of the players, Ty Robinson, I think once again did. He goes, if there's a freshman out there that he understands football, but he doesn't know what we're supposed to be doing, he said, me yelling at him isn't going to help him. It's me talking to him following practice, explaining in depth what we're supposed to be doing will help him.
I've never had a player yell ever in life. First time. I've never had a player. Thanks a lot, Mike Booker calling me.
Oh, Mike.
Thanks, Mike Booker. You calling now. I'm just going to say it. Mike Booker, you calling me. I'm on the line. I'm on the air, sir. I'll call you back, man. Everybody knows that I'm on the air from 11 to 2, except for Mike Booker. Coach Osborne, by the way, Coach Osborne asked about you. I did yesterday. You missed it by a day. So I'm quite sure he's going to call you. But from 11 to 2, Mike Booker. Now, if you want to call the radio station, go ahead and call in 402-464-5685, and we'll put you on. We'll put you on right now. We can have this conversation. 402-464-56 Lincoln number 5685. Hey, thanks, buddy.
All right, let's go to commercial then.
All right, we'll be right back. The captain, the ticket, 93.7. Mike Booker up.
Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations? Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you? Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
High school sports on 93.7 The Ticket are brought to you by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Lincoln is excited to welcome big events to our community. Find out what's happening in Lincoln by visiting lincoln.org.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Unseasonably warm temperatures here as we kick off the month of March. We'll top out near 75 today. Winds out of the northwest at around 10 to 20. Mainly clear tonight, a low down to around 38, and we'll push even warmer for our Wednesday. Highs tomorrow could approach 78. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean. And there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Back with Vershawn Jackson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Stuffing my face with German chocolate cake. Shout out to Mark for German chocolate cake. DP, I ate your cake.
Yeah,
By
DP,
the way,
he ate
before somebody try to come in here, try to rat on me why I'm not here, tell on me when I'm not available. I ate the cake. I'll bring you another piece tomorrow. So now there you go, Nick.
I just wanted to make sure
you let the whole everybody in the whole office know.
I wanted to make sure my behind was covered. I want to make sure my behind is covered when DP comes in and goes, "Who ate my cake?"
It's been eating the cake.
I'm just saying. I've learned. I've been here 2.5 years and I've learned not to eat DP's food. Don't eat his candy. I've learned.
Well, I haven't yet. It's the captain. It's the Ticket 93.7. Mike Booker is on the phone.
What's up?
What's up, man?
What else, DJ? What's happening?
I mean,
Man, you still in cake. Matter of fact, now I know. Hey, you remember when we was roommates? I know what they talking about.
No, I used to buy snack cakes, and y'all used to eat my snack cakes.
Hey, wait. We all used to buy snack cakes. Highly tuned athletes with cakes in the refrigerator.
I know, but yes, a bunch of snack cakes too. And we remember, like you said, we would pool all our money together at the beginning of the month and go buy big groceries. We had big groceries, and in a weekend, it wouldn't even be a weekend. All the cupboards are bare.
All the food gone. We sitting around. Hey, we sitting around there at the training table now.
Bro, Coach Osborne. I had the chance to interview him yesterday. It was awesome. I got like 5% in of what I really wanted to talk about.
Well, VJ, when people talk to you, they feel at home, and so they get chatty. They start talking a lot, telling everything, and that's when you talk to good people and people that know you. You know, they got a lot of words to say. So, you know what? It's funny. Yesterday, I was talking to one of the coaches out here, and he was like, "Who is the best coach you ever played for?" And they said, "Ever." And I was like, I had to think about it for all of 5 seconds. I said, Coach Tom Osborne, without a doubt. And one of the things that he said, he was like, why is one of the reasons? And one of the things that impacted me with T.O. was that he could get his point across without degrading or swearing at you. And that's very, and since I'm in coaching right now, that's a rare form right now, you know, and still to today, my coaching, you know, when I coach, you know, my vocabulary is extensive. So I don't have to, you know, use foul words in order to let the kids know what I want. And I take that from Tom Osborne. You know, I take that from T.O. It's being able to, you know, there's a difference, you know, you got to be able to coach, not just yell, coach. And that's one thing I got from T.O. But
what are you doing now? You know I'm on the radio from 11 to 2. What are you doing?
Hey, so I told you I got the greatest job in America. I'm a teacher coach out here in Texas. So I just got finished talking to the coaches, and I'm sitting over here chilling. I'm in my room with my feet up watching the news.
Dang, that easy, huh?
Well, it ain't easy. You know, the first part of my day, you know, I got these kids in the classroom. So, you know, I teach African-American studies and I teach world geography. So these kids, you know, we got a test this week. So I'm putting it down today. So I'm kicking my feet up right now, enjoying lunch. I'm at lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you can grace us your presence. Now that we're talking to you, what's your take about the NIL? Colt Becker wants to know.
NIL? What do you mean as far as the people getting paid to play? Or
yeah, well, getting paid to play. You know, I mean, what's your take on
everything like that? How do I feel about it? I mean, personally, let's just go back into our era. If it was introduced in our era, I would be in a different tax bracket right now, right? And the only reason I say that, is because when we were in the era, even though we were on scholarship, it did still fulfill our needs as athletes at the program. Now, a lot of people will say, well, these guys get scholarships. Yeah, that's cool that we get scholarships, but there's only, you know, we get a certain allowance, and then we get we get our school paid for, which is fantastic, right? But we still have the hurdle of going to class. We have to be there early, leave there late. And, you know, I just thought at that time we could have been appreciated more with some kind of stipend. And then, you know, there's a lot of guys, like there's some guys that didn't play pro ball like I did. So they wasn't financially rewarded.
Why didn't you come
I
back?
had the
Why
opportunity
didn't you
to be financially rewarded after football.
Booker,
go ahead.
Hold on. Well, then if you're saying that, why didn't you come back and split some of your salary in the NFL with me?
Hey, I guess you forgot.
Oh, that's right. You did give me you gave me
I got mommy and daddy, and I got everybody else that, hey, Book, what up?
No, Book, I forgot you did give me a small percentage. You gave me a little something.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you, I was always I always try to pride myself above being somebody that's not materialistic. So when anybody came and asked, for anything, I did my best to help out. You know what I mean? So, anybody that knows me knows that I try to do my best. I always didn't make the best choices financially, but I try to do my best. So
there's a couple of jobs in Omaha opening up, by the way.
Yeah, we already had to talk about this.
They're opening up. Omaha Burke one. I don't know if Omaha South is opening up or not, but I know Omaha Burke is. And I told Coach Osborne kind of what what we talked about, and I think you definitely. Hopefully, he'll reach out to you. If not, I'm gonna give you Coach's number. You need to reach out because he said he listened to our interview.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so he was asking. I think he must have a bad number on you because he told me he tried to call you a couple times. You didn't respond. And I was like, that's just book being booked. No, I'm just.
No, he probably called. That was the bad number he called.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. We, how we are. We change numbers a lot sometimes, and sometimes that happens, sometimes it don't. So, but he's looking for you.
Well, he ain't got to look for me no more. We're going to get his information, and it'll be my pleasure to sit down and talk to him. Anything he can, let me know. And I'm sure there's a lot that he can enlighten on me as far as me chasing endeavors of, my coaching career. Yeah. So I'm ready, how it is. But also, let's just go back to my newfound greatest job ever, right? Mm-hmm. Coaching and teaching. And my wife, she always sits there and she's like, every time you go to work, you're always full of energy and everything like that. I said, babe, I'm at work and everybody is listening to me. I was like, there's no better job. You know what I mean? There's no better job being in a classroom and then, enlighten students. I love, one thing about me is that I didn't take care of the resources that I had in high school. And looking in hindsight on the resources that these kids got now in high school with the technology and, all the lesson plans made for them and all this stuff, it's hard to be in an environment where it's not learning. You know what I mean? So, I'm learning so much in class. You know what I mean? I'm learning so much in class. I'm learning more things about football. I'm learning things about myself. It's just like it's like I'm back in high school again, and which I'm doing everything right. But I got the great. Besides for your job, I got the greatest job in the world.
I know, right? Spring ball is among us. Is amongst us, and I went to practice. It was good. When you think about spring practices at Nebraska, what do you think about?
Well, when I think about spring ball right now, I'm trying to figure out why you didn't say hello to my son.
Dude, wait a minute.
See, there you go, acting bougie. You're not caring about the younger players. You could have at least said, what's up?
Literally, I was enamored by practice. Okay. I think I ran into Javen on the sideline, and I ran into little defensive back, or son plays receiver. Barry Miles. I guess I did run. I ran into little Lance Brown too.
Little Lance Brown there too?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like, you know what? I think that Scott purposely went out and recruited our roommates because Jamel's son was there. Jamel Williams' son was there.
Yeah. Well, what number is he? What number is your son?
Well, what number is my son?
Yeah.
46, 43. That's his number. 43.
All right. Well, we got to figure him out by numbers because.
Yeah.
I guess I was looking, but you know how that goes. Time go by. You not.
I'll be
there tomorrow though.
Hard time.
No. I'll be there tomorrow. I got to find him. I got to look him up.
Yeah. So back to the question at hand. Back to how do I feel about spring ball? I'm going to tell you. I'm excited. I'm excited about spring ball because I think that personally, just from what I hear on the news, I haven't talked to anybody, is that I think that we've taken a turn for the better, and not saying we were turning in the wrong direction, but I think we're getting that full turn. I think that we went in there as a program. We aggressively went out and got guys that can contribute and help us now. So I'll be up there and I'll be excited to be there. But overall, I feel good. I mean, I feel better than I have in a long time. And when I say a long time, every year when the season starts, and that just tells you how I'm a diehard fan. Every year I'm thinking national championship because I'm listening to all these commentators. I'm listening to all these shows, and I'm listening to everybody say these things. And what I fail to realize is that they're not Nebraska fans. So always going to have a good outcome. And then during the middle of the year, I'm like, okay, maybe. But this year, I truly feel that this is a year. I'm not saying it's a national championship year. I don't know what it is, but I am saying it's a year that actually puts us back on the right trajectory to get to a national championship.
Yeah, I like how
and I think it starts spring ball.
Yeah, I like how you said that. I'm talking with Michael Booker, a two-time national champ, former first-round draft pick of the Atlanta Falcons, on the ticket on the Captain Show. Mike, when I think spring, though, I think collisions. I think we're gonna be drilling. I think here's my chance to earn my spot. I think I got to compete with everybody out here. Here's the one time in my career, in the year, that I can really put myself in position to go into the season in a good spot. Right?
And and I'm in agreement with you. And one thing I like to say is it's the time to seize opportunities. It's the time to go out there and lay it on the line. You've been practicing, you've been getting together with guys, and now it's time to turn workouts into schematic schemes or where offense and defense. And it's just introduction of the Warriors. So I'm with you. This is an introduction to your talent. The introduction to your talent for the year. And and it's the time to seize opportunities. So yeah, we got the same, vantage point on spring ball. Mm-hmm. And then it's also a chance too that I look at being older. It's a lot of times for fans to come back and rally up the troops, the camaraderie, the solidarity of Huskers. You know what I mean? It's, to me, I think about it, since I'm retired and I'm out of it, it's a time where I can get back in fellowship with some of the guys. You know what I mean? Some of the guys I can see that I haven't seen in a while. And it's good that Frost is there because I get an opportunity to talk to Frost. Frost keeps telling the story to one of my athletes, Trey Wilson. He's a 4-star that they're actively recruiting. He'll be on a recruit trip up there next week.
What position?
And he plays DN.
Woo!
Ooh, he's a good-looking guy too. He's a good-looking guy, and I think they need to lay out the red carpet for this guy.
What's his size? What's the deal with him? What's his size? Where's he from?
So he's about 6'5". He's actually he goes to Lakeview Centennial where I coach at. He's in the Garland area. The guy's a study, and he's remarkable on the field and off the field. I mean, he's a good cat. He's a leader on our team. We have equivalent to what we would call, you were familiar with this, the Unity Council. Okay. So he's on that. He's a sophomore this year, so he has one more year. And I mean, I'm telling you, they're knocking down the doors to get at this guy.
Well, he's a sophomore. That would mean he's got 2 years.
I'm sorry, he's a junior. I'm sorry,
he's a junior.
My first year coaching him, he was a
What
sophomore.
Is his name?
So, Trey Wilson.
Trey Wilson. If you want to look him up, Ticket fans, Husker fans, Trey Wilson, defensive end. That's pretty good, Bill. Yeah, we got some. We don't have a plethora of talent out here, but the talent we do got is it's Texas. So what might be just average here is probably superstar somewhere else. Oh, stop
but
it.
You said what?
Oh, stop it. Yeah, ballers all over.
Hey, I'm a Cali boy, so you know where the best athletes come from. You know that. I'm gonna let you say it on air. Tell everybody.
Texas.
Yeah, there you go. See, don't even start that. Now you sound like one of these UT guys out here. You know what? I've seen the most Oklahoma fans in Texas. It's the strangest thing.
Well, it's right there, the Red River Battle, whatever they
call it.
But
I'm just saying, you should be a true burnt orange guy out here. But there's so many, and it rubs me the wrong way because we have this, I have this UT problem, with our Big 12 championship that we didn't end up successful. So I have a problem with them there. And then one guy asked me the other day, he was like, "Have you ever lost to Oklahoma?" I almost stopped singing and started swinging. I said, "Hey, never lose to Oklahoma. I don't even know how that even looks." Right. And so these guys, these Texas fans and these Oklahoma fans be on me. Everything bigger in Texas.
So did you know, and help me if I'm wrong, but did you know that basically Texas A&M paid almost $30 million for the recruiting class?
No, I didn't know that.
Did you know that?
I'm trying to figure out
30.
Let's get back
That's
to
why I'm
the
trying to tell you.
NIL
That's
thing
why.
real fast.
That's
but
why I'm trying to ask you about that, because they paid $30 million for the number one recruiting class in the country.
Good Lord.
So what do you do against that?
Have you ever been to Texas A&M? Well,
No.
probably not. But I've been
No.
up there for it's not. These guys care about football. I mean, Texas, they care about football. This is what I feel about it. I think that it's going to develop sooner or later an unfair advantage to football. What it's going to do, and I'm not totally against it, because, like I said before, you know, some guys aren't going to go to the next level. So get your money now, because you are sacrificing your body for a game that you need to get. As you know, you don't hear a lot of people as they get older, they get better. No, you're at your prime at 22, 23, 24. So don't I'm not with, you know, I just don't like I don't want a college to use somebody up. You know what I mean? Because some people go to school to be a doctor. Some people go to school to be a lawyer. Some people go to school to be a football player. And if it doesn't pan out for them, their body is messed up. They should have some kind of financial reward for that, in a sense. I mean, and that's just how I look at it, because my body is beat up. You know what I mean? My body right now, and luckily I had the opportunity to play on the next level. But, you know, these kids right now, they're going out there and they're laying their bodies on the line. So yes, if they can get some kind of stipend from some kind of a dealership or something like that, I think it's cool. But it gets to a point, it needs to be where the whole team wins. You know what I mean? The whole team wins. Just like I think they did with what was the football game that they had, and they were giving stipends to the whole team or something like that they had. So it should be a certain way. If a guy should cap out at, I don't know, $20,000, and then it should be just, you know, cipher to the team. Somewhere it should be where it's fair. It shouldn't be a team that is, you know, eventually it turns into the NFL where they're giving guys pretty much signing bonuses, contracts. You know, I think that's going to take away from the college experience that we do enjoy watching college football, because we still know that the guys are playing college football for the love of the game, not as if it's a business. Not saying that the NFL waters it down. It just takes some love from some collegiate athletes that they're going to lose on the next level. Because I know I did. When they started paying me, real quick, I understood that this ain't no game no more. See, and I always giggle when I hear the commentators call it a game. No, it's not a game. NFL football is not a game. It's a business.
Mm-hmm. So, and I don't know if they technically gave up $30 million, but I'm with you. I think you have to, if you start giving out money, like give a bunch of money to the quarterback. Let's just say you give a bunch of money to the quarterback. So he should get a portion of that money. And then let's say he gets 50% of that money. I think Coach Osborne talked about this yesterday. Mm-hmm. He gets 50% of the money. The other 50% is dispersed amongst the teammates.
Sounds great.
And whatever, you know, proportion that is per head.
Mm-hmm.
That's inclusive.
Yep.
You can't deny that. That makes everybody feel like they're part. You start giving one guy $1 million, bro, that could just be a problem.
Because I can tell you right now, there is no Scott Frost without that offensive line. I promise you that.
Oh no, 100. That's just straight facts. Straight facts. Without the, and we had a senior laden line from across the board. I'm talking about from tight end to tight end. I mean, you had seniors. You had Eric Anderson, Aaron Taylor, Outland Trophy winner, John Zadiska, Heskew, who got an additional 5th year or 6th year, or whatever that was, because of medical.
Mm-hmm.
You had Hoskinson, senior. You had Van Cleve, senior. You had, I'm missing somebody, Freddie Pollock, senior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had a bunch of seniors on that team that, I mean, we had been there for 5 years. We got our teeth kicked in for 2 years on scout team. You know what I'm saying? By the time you become a senior, after 5 years of playing football in Nebraska, you better know how to do something well.
Right.
You know, so you're right. He had an offensive line, and that's the one area that I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid at Nebraska right now, and that's offensive line. We have got to make sure that we've got probably, I would like to have 15 guys that can play. Now, can they all play at the same level? Probably not. But if we got 15 guys that can at least get in a good stance, fire off the ball, act like they know how to zone block, man block, and then, they push the upperclassmen or the older guys, I'll be all right with that. But we don't have that right now, and we got to work to get that, and they got to work. They got a job. They got a ways to go.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Any foundation of the team, and it starts with the line. If you're going to build a team, build it inward out. I say that not to minimize my secondary. I'm secondary first, but anyway, we understand.
We know that mentality. Secondary first.
Secondary first.
Yeah.
So last line defense.
Well, you'll be up here for the all decades all player reunion though, right? At the Rococo from 5 to 8 on Saturday.
Yes, I'll be there. But I say this, and am I on the team?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Just making sure. You know anybody else that's coming? You gotta make sure you let whoever you know. I know you only got a couple friends, but Jamel and then whoever else your other friend is, you can let them know to come too.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. I have a lot. I have a lot of friends. Okay? So don't sit down there and say I don't got a lot of friends. I might not conversate and out as much, but I do have a couple friends.
I know we need to find the Brown brothers. We need to find Mike Brown and Ralph Brown.
I was just talking about, it's funny that you say these guys' names, and I think during my conversation, I was just talking about Mike Brown the other day, and I was talking about how bad the first-year corners come in, and they get treated so bad, or at least they present it to treat so bad, because I came in, it was Tyrone. Well, so when Tyrone came in, it was Baron Mouse, and then when I came in, when Tyrone was the man, it was me, and then when I came in, it was Mike Brown. And that first year for cornerbacks, because there's a superstar on the other side, you have to grow up real quick. But yeah, I would love to see Mike Brown. I'd be Ralph. I would like to see Ralph Brown and Mike Brown, see if we can get them to come down too.
Yeah, I think
that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Book, you sticking around or you got to run? Because I'm gonna take a quick break.
No, man, until you kicking me off, I got another half an hour.
All right, perfect.
That's cool with you?
Perfect, man. It's the captain. It's the ticket. I'm with Mike Booker. 93.7. Be right back.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues, but things continue to loosen up as Koppel gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations. Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you. Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum.
High school sports on 93.7 The Ticket are brought to you by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Lincoln is excited to welcome big events to our community. Find out what's happening in Lincoln by visiting lincoln.org.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
You hear that? That's the sound of extremely tender and delicious beef from Certified Piedmontese. Prime grade tenderness with a fraction of the fat and calories of normal beef. It's Nebraska-raised product and the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. Change the way you buy beef today at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, just north of 84th and Havelock, or at cpmercado.com.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Did you know your air ducts can hold up to 17 pounds of dirt, dust, pet dander, and so much more? John Henry's is here to help make the air you breathe cleaner with a duct cleaning. If you've never had your ducts cleaned, now is the best time, especially if you have pets, someone in the home with allergies or asthma, or you've ever done a renovation. Find out more at jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call or text today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Unseasonably warm temperatures here as we kick off the month of March. We'll top out near 75 today. Winds out of the northwest at around 10 to 20. Mainly clear tonight. A low down to around 38. And we'll push even warmer for our Wednesday. Highs tomorrow could approach 78. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson. Ah, yeah!
That's right. It's the captain, the ticket, Nick, Rico, 93.7, even Mike Booker. The Bookson, Mike Bookman.
What up, man? Come on, man. Stop that.
I like calling you Bookman.
I know. I got a coach up here that calls me Bookie too. I don't stress him. No, he called me Bookham.
Well, he call you Bookham.
He like Bookham.
Like all about the Benjamins, Bookham.
All about the Benjamins.
Yeah, Ice Cube was Bookham. Anyway, so
BJ.
Huh?
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I mean, you just took my train of thought right out of my brain.
I was gonna ask you. Okay, so we talking about spring ball, right?
Yeah.
So you usually the man when it comes to you're the man when it comes to spring ball. What can I expect? Or is there something for us, or what you got? Because you called me the other day. You were supposed to call me back. You remember how you said about you remember you said about how bad I am?
Listen, bro.
Said, "Look,
Smoking on that CTE pack. That's the CTE pack. It ain't no joke. Right. I mean, I'm saying it's no joke. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. If it's short term, it's over with. Long term, I'll be like 2 weeks later. Dang, I forgot to call Book back.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I appreciate it. But tell me what's going on.
So, I mean, for me, I want to see over time what this looks like. I'm excited because it looks a little different from my vantage point, as far as guys look like they're a little bit more engaged. They're flying around. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. They're flying around. There wasn't a bunch of contact, but with them just having shells on, there was contact with just having shells. Now, nobody got blown up, but you know, I'm a little concerned with the defense. I think we're young. You know, I think they have to learn how to do things the black shirt way. You know, having all 12, 13, 14 men around the ball. I think the receiving core is probably the best core that we have. If you're talking a core, 33 gives you an opportunity. Tell me his name again, Nick. Palmer. Palmer gives you an opportunity to have. I don't even know if we ever even had a receiver like him. I'm trying to think who that receiver was where you could throw him a 8-yard hitch or comeback and he can take that thing to the house. I don't know if we had that guy.
I think we had a lot of guys that was, you know, because that hitch route could be a deadly route. You're right. Yeah. They had the courage to take that hitch route, but I don't know if we could stretch the field after they took it.
That's
so
what I'm
you're
saying.
Seeing a lot.
Yeah, who could stretch the field after catching a 6-yard hitch and pulling that thing and taking same thing the running backs do. You know, same thing some of the greatest running backs who did. You know, one of the things T.O. was saying too was receivers have to get back to blocking downfield, which I know they're making an effort. Special teams, you know, with Bill Bush, I think will be better because he's back drilling. You know how, especially in the league, you know how in the league we would be lined up. You know, if you were R4 from R5 to R1 and then L5 to L1, and then we would just be doing the get offs. You know, so they're doing that, staying in lanes, running down. Everybody seems to be engaged in that. I'm seeing different players who probably never played scout or special teams that are on special teams. So that's a plus. Running back wise, I mean, Yant, I can't say enough about Yant. I think we've got
you know what Yant reminds me? When I first seen Yant run, he reminds me of a mixture of you and a mixture of you as far as, you know, being big and just a hard-nosed guy. And then what's the running back's name that was real fast, but he was like 4th string, but he was always like, well, if you get your chance.
Who's Jay Sims?
Jay Sims. He's a mixture of Jay Sims and Rashawn Jackson. That's what I think. He has the speed, but he also has the toughness. That's just me.
Yeah, I think that's a good assessment of him. Again, when the real bullets are flying, that's what I want to see. I want to see him recover when he's been hit a bunch of times. Durability is probably the number one thing for us right now, is staying durable, staying healthy. And because I think sometimes people play half, you know what, and I'll call it half staff, but they play half staff, and they forget that most people get hurt playing half staff.
Yeah.
You know, if you balls to the wall and going hard, 150 miles an hour, that's a whole bunch different story. But when you're going 50%, when you should be going 150%, that's when you allow yourself to get hurt. So I think guys are flying around. I like what I saw. Is your son playing corner?
Yeah, he's playing corner. Yep.
Okay. So I'm quite sure I saw him. I just didn't know who he was at the time, you know, because of the pass. But I thought corners played okay. They played well. But again, it's first practice. When I say that, take that with a grain of salt. Nobody's got pads on. Real bullets aren't flying. Spring ball is going to take. Give me 2 weeks and then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the YouTube. I'm gonna watch what people say, but I'm gonna really, I'm really gonna appreciate the input that you give me, so I can be prepared when I get there.
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to watching it. I was excited about it. I thought the guys, they bounced around a lot. They competed, and we just got to get better. Simple as that. And practice makes perfect. We're talking about practice,
right?
Not a game. If not, you're gonna have a lot of people that Nick. You're gonna have a lot of people that's. You know this song? Look, let's see if you know this song.
Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light.
You know that song, Book?
No.
Oh, cool. So people in Nebraska know it. My point is, you don't want to be blinded by the light. I always say people that don't want to pay attention to the facts and the details, they're blinded by the light. Can't see. You can't see on the other side. So I don't want to make my assumptions on Nebraska football until I get like 2 weeks in. And then I'll tell you, I think we're going to be very, very good. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, though. Book.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, too. I'll always drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I think if you can help us land that defensive end, I'll really be drinking the Kool-Aid.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, this guy right here is he's going to be a good addition to the D line. That's all I can say. One thing I do know, if he comes up there, we need to do everything we can to get that kid here.
In a 3-4 front, where's he fit?
The 3-4. Who plays 3-4?
I thought we did.
I thought we played a 4-3.
I mean, we did play a 4-3 back when we played. Talking now,
man, he going where he go, but he can. He's mobile.
Russia.
The guy can do a lot of things, right? You can drop him in the flat. You can rush him on the field. I like to see him. We play him in a 5 technique, but I would like to see him in a 9. You know what I mean? I would like to put him in. We go ahead and get us a good tackle and nose guard and give him the opportunity to showcase his talent. You know what I mean? He's not a guy that he's a guy that he's very well learned in the game, but he's a guy that you can just unleash. You know what I mean? He's a guy to unleash. If he knows if he can catch somebody going backside trailing, he can take on a block. We can get him to go down if the tackle blocks down. We can get him to hit the dive. I mean, the kid can play. As a matter of fact, and he could play linebacker. I mean, he could play linebacker in situations. Meaning, if we need him to drop curl flat, we need him to cover the hole, something like that, he can do it. You know what I mean? He's a guy where we go from a 4-3 to a 3-4 at times too. But most of the times we like to stay in a 4-3. And even though we only have our DNs in a 5, we can, if we need to contain that back, we can shoot him in a 9. So he's going to be, you'll see him when he gets up there. Well, I don't know if you're going to see him, but
if he's going to be in practice, I'll probably see him.
Highlights. He's the guy is the truth.
Is he coming on the weekend?
He's coming. I talked to him today. I talked to him this morning. He said that he's going to be there in 2 weeks. I don't know if it's going to be on a weekday or the weekend.
Probably you know what? It's probably a scrimmage because I think the former Huskers got some deal. I want to say in March 13th or somewhere around in there, that a bunch of us are supposed to come back to watch practice. So they might do it then. I don't know for a fact, and I don't know that we're in a 3-4. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the defenses. I thought last year our base defense was a 3-4, and it doesn't matter if he's good enough to drop in the flat. Sometimes you can, as long as he's rushing the passer. To me, we need somebody that's a real live deep, a Trev Albers, a Grant Winstrom, a Mike Rucker. We need that type of guy. Well, Neil Smith played down in 3-4, but a Mike Kroll. Who else played defense? A Travis Hill, a Chris Kelsey, a Chad Kelsey. We got to have a defensive end that can control that end. And the only reason why I'm saying that is I'm talking about a big guy.
Yeah. Well, when you say a big guy, when you look at him, he always reminds me of Javon Curse.
Really?
You could
long.
say a Grant Wistrom.
Yeah.
Long arms, a fast guy that can get around the corner, and Mike Rucker, right? And it's funny that you said that. I talked to Mike Rucker yesterday. You remember you said I had no friends? Well, I needed this thing for my nonprofit. My nonprofit, we're raising money here at the high school. We're trying to get the meals. We're trying to get raise some money for the meals to get done here because I'm at a Title I school, and with being at a Title I school, we try to make sure that our kids have everything that other schools have. And with that, sometimes we get into the situation where our game day meals and our Saturday meals and stuff is not as lavish as other schools in the area, and we try to give our kids the best we can. So I'm actually in the community, and I'm actually not knocking from door to door, but I call Mike Rucker and see what the NFL could do, and see what my nonprofit can do, and just trying to get these kids the experience, the equal experience that everybody should get. The lack of resources that some schools have shouldn't trickle down to the kids. You know what I mean? Everybody should get that playing experience, that football experience, and shouldn't get shouldn't say they didn't have it because the environment that they were raised in. And I don't want to get into that because I'm very big on that, as far as giving the equal opportunity to these kids to enjoy the football atmosphere that I had.
Well, but break down Title I.
Well, Title I is pretty much is a school that the best way I can say it and describe it is they don't have the resources. Well, so they don't have the tax. They don't have the tax revenue going into the school, right? So I can go up the street. I can go a couple schools up the street, and then they have all these things. They have nice facilities. They have. I just went to one because I coach baseball also. I just went to a school and their turf was great. They had all the amenities that you want for a high school team, and then you come back to my school and you don't have the amenities. You don't have the field. You don't have the indoor facilities. You don't have the funding. You don't have the meal capabilities, even though we do a great job at giving them equal access to these things, but we don't have the money coming in, right? We don't, because it's like we're almost like an inner city school, but we're not inner city.
Almost inner city.
Title I is probably a school that you and I went to, being in high school, a public school. Yep. But they're just lacking resources. And when I say resources, some kids might have iPads. We barely have Chromebooks. We don't barely have Chromebooks. We have Chromebooks. Some classes have printers in every room, so we can't find a printer. You know what I mean? And things like that. It's not like our kids are still well educated because the teachers here, we go over and beyond the call of duty, because we know how important education is for kids. And so we do our best. Matter of fact, we don't do our best. We go over and beyond, but still we have to work harder. And me being a teacher, me being an educator, I feel that, and one thing I was telling another guy is I learned so much from these kids. And matter of fact, sometimes I feel like I should come to work and just donate my check to. I'm not going to do that. I ain't crazy. My wife would jump on my back.
I was about to say you don't got to donate. We could donate just a little bitty small piece, and you can donate to the Jackson Fund.
for real. But anyway, beside the point, I don't want to get into that. But so I talked to Mike Rucker yesterday. We called, and I just wanted to see, I also, one of my nonprofits that I work with is called SCORE. And SCORE, what it is it's an organization that goes from school to school, and it actually pretty much allows kids to prepare for college. It gives them the extra learning before they take the SAT or the ACT, and we just give them the opportunity to learn more on our dollar. And NFL has been graceful. They have been gracious of, allowing me to, my nonprofit to, to use some of their money. And I just called Mike Rucker to give me the phone number back so I can continue to do that. You know what I mean? I can continue, investing in these kids. Well, I don't even want to say kids. I want to continue investing to the future and to my future, right? And so, but that's when I talked to Mike Rucker, because I know he does something with the NFL. Mike Rucker, he does something with the NFL. So
we gotta get Mike. I gotta get Mike Rucker on, so I might need his number.
Yeah,
That's
Mike.
gonna be good.
I've seen Mike. It's been many moons ago. Matter of fact, I've seen Mike Rucker. I think it was Mike Rucker, Mike Minner, and Dante Jones. All of them, I think, still live in North Carolina.
Yeah, I just want to, because he's a little humble now, but Mike learned how to talk stuff with the best of them. And
you talk about Mike Mint?
No, Mike Rucker. Man, have you ever heard Mike Rucker mic'd up?
Nah, I ain't. No.
Oh my goodness, dog! If you talk about somebody that run their mouth, all you got to do, I think you can look up NFL and Mike Rucker mic'd up. Book. We're gonna take a quick break. You got any more time, or you got to get back?
No. Mike, I got 7 minutes. I got to get suited and booted and go up to practice.
All right, man. Well, go to practice, man. Make sure that you're helping those young men out. And women, all the people that you touch in that school, I'm quite sure they benefit from you being in there. But we want you back here in Nebraska, so make sure you get in touch with Coach Osborne, sir.
All right, I appreciate it, VJ. You have a good day. Be safe.
Hey, you too. Mr. Captain, the ticket 93.7.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt, and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny. When I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
Can you believe all the empty car lots in Lincoln? How can they survive? Well, they are surviving by charging way too much and making you believe there are no cars available. Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto. I'm here to tell you that they are full of bull stuffing. Come out to Price Right in Westo and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with our Peace of Mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on Westo Street at Price Right Auto.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Did you know your air ducts can hold up to 17 pounds of dirt, dust, pet dander, and so much more? John Henry's is here to help make the air you breathe cleaner with a duct cleaning. If you've never had your ducts cleaned, now is the best time, especially if you have pets, someone in the home with allergies or asthma, or you've ever done a renovation. Find out more at jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call or text today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Cynthia and Ed.
My mother was always very active and independent, and she was familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, out of the blue, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn or just stay at the stop sign. She wasn't even really sure where she was at. She was very concerned. It was very unsettling for her.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it, to bring the family in on it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations? Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you? Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum.
You hear that? That's the sound of extremely tender and delicious beef from Certified Piedmontese. Prime grade tenderness with a fraction of the fat and calories of normal beef. It's Nebraska-raised product and the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. Change the way you buy beef today at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, just north of 84th and Havelock, or at cpmercado.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues, but things continue to loosen up as Coppell gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Back with Vershawn Jackson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. If you're just joining us, it's the Captain's Ticket, 93.7. Who's with Mike Booker? Mike Booker's got a lot of things going on. I'm trying to get Sheldon Jackson on the phone. See if we can't get him, Rico.
What do you call him, Shell Biggity?
Yeah, Shell Biggity.
Why you call him that?
Because he was big. So, I mean, Sheldon is like 6'5". I mean, 245. That's a big boy.
That is a pretty large human being.
I mean, that's a real big boy. So I like to try to get Shell Biggity to
get on and talk about his time.
Yeah. By the way, without further ado, 3-time national champ, former Buffalo Bill, Sheldon Blair Jackson. How we doing, Junior? Sheldon?
Man, we doing good. We're doing good, man. Thank you for having me on the show. How you doing?
Man, I'm excellent, man. You. It sounds like you're just getting off of the truck. You're just getting out the truck.
Just about, man. I did get off the truck. I'm still an hour away from home, man. I got like 45 miles to get home.
Oh, dang. So we still trucking with Sheldon. We trucking with Sheldon today, y'all. Sheldon, I just
all
turned
the way home. I got to get home and change the starter out of the truck, and then I can go to bed.
Dang, you working on cars now too?
Man, you got to. This is the line of work I chose, man. I want to be in this game, man, and to a degree, from all the older brothers that are driving trucks that I've had the privilege of talking to and getting knowledge from. A lot of them say that you can go a little further if you can do some of the work yourself, at least save a few dollars.
Right, instead of letting the mechanic eat it up. That's what I got to learn.
Yeah,
well, but I don't have the patience.
The starter is a personal vehicle, so I definitely do most of the work on my own vehicle if I can.
Got you. When you're out there on the road, you told us last time the worst place to pass a truck, and it's funny, all the stuff that you told me, I pay attention to, but the worst place to pass a truck is on the right side. Is that correct?
Correct. That is correct.
Give us another safety tip besides the cell phone for the drivers who are on their phone. And by the way, I'm cognizant now because I was one of those guys that stayed on my phone while I was driving, and I try not to get on it. So what's another safety tip when you're out there trucking?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. I'm driving a newer model International day cab, right? So most of these new tractors now have a lot of electronic components. So they're trying to make them just like your regular everyday four-wheeler. So if I've had so many people, even if you put your blinkers on, when you pass that trailer, that 80,000-pound plus vehicle, don't immediately cut them off because the advanced adaptive cruise control thing, man, that thing automatically slams the brakes on you. I don't even touch the brakes. The truck slams the brakes electronically, and it may stop the truck. It may not stop the truck. So if you're going to pass a vehicle, pass a tractor trailer, I would give it at least 2 or 3 of your car lengths, at least 2 or 3, maybe 3 of whatever car you're driving. Give that tractor trailer at least that amount of space to adjust to you crossing over and cutting them off, to either from the left or for the right. Because if I hit you, yeah, you might be able to sue the company because they got deep pockets. You may be able to sue the truck driver, but you know what else may happen? You might be dead. You might not be able to sue anybody. Wherever you're trying to go, you might not get there.
Oh, wow.
So give the truck driver, and I remember last time we were talking about this and somebody chimed in, well, truck drivers don't drive good either. If you think a truck driver doesn't drive good, that's more reason to give him or her more room, right?
Right.
Give a truck driver, I said half a mile, because it takes these trucks a long time to stop anyway. And I know I'll be exaggerating a little bit with that half a mile, but better safe than sorry. Give a truck driver plenty of room before you cut them off. If you are going to miss your exit, please just miss your exit and go to the next one. Because if truck drivers miss their exits, you got to go down, turn around, come back. And I remember one time I was in Colorado, I made a wrong turn, Rashawn, and I had to backtrack 90 miles.
Oh my gosh. Wrong turn to Albuquerque.
Wrong turn, but I was in Washington State. I was taking a trip up Mount Rainier the wrong way.
Oh dang!
And a guy was coming down in one of those big snow plow things. He was coming down and he waved me down. He said, "Dude, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going over Mount Rainier." He said, "No, you're not." He said, "Because if you go down the other side, state troopers sitting there waiting on you." I said, "Well, how do I turn around?" He said, "Right behind me about a mile is a place that you got enough room to turn around." And I was able to do it. But I went 48 miles one way out of my way, and I turned around and go 48 back the way I came.
Yeah, that was a costly mistake. I want to entertain something real quick, Sheldon. On the Sutter Heyman text line, 402-999-4620. I think I got this working because I haven't engaged the ticket listeners. But I got a text that said hearing rumors of Manning transfer. Anything behind that? Absolutely not. We got a 3-headed monster at receiver, and we got backup. So there's no way that Manny's going anywhere. I don't know why he would ever leave the University of Nebraska for anywhere else. I just don't know why he would do that. So, yeah, I don't think there's nothing to that. Manny will be a Husker until he leaves here. Sheldon, we talked about you driving trucks, you wanting to get into your own truck.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that. Why are you wanting to get into your own truck? What are you trying to do?
I'll tell you what, man. I try to keep this short. I know it's going to have a lot of time. Listen, and back in 2016, I was still a teacher and a coach at the time. My daughter was diagnosed with meningitis, encephalitis, and she went to the hospital. And she was in the hospital for 2 weeks at Cook's Children's Hospital here in Fort Worth, Texas. And so for 2 weeks, my wife stayed with her every night, and I went in every night. My son was still in school, so I had to get him back to school and go to work at the same time. Well, it was the most helpless time of my life. For any father who's had a child in the hospital, it was the most helpless time because I show up and I see her. She can't see me. Her eyes are going in all different directions, and I couldn't do anything about it, right? So 2 weeks passes. I pray. Most High showed me, our glorious Creator showed me that He was going to take care of it, which He did with the help of those doctors at Cooks County. When we got the bill, it was six figures, right? There was no way. I had nothing. I had insurance, but it wasn't covering six figures. And so we were blessed. Somebody came in, an organization stepped in. I don't know who. It doesn't matter who. We had a fraction of that cost. And I say a fraction of a fraction we would have to pay. But some group stepped in and literally paid the bulk of that for us. So my wife and I decided that when we started a business, we were going to be a family or be a group or have a business that was going to do the exact same thing for other families with people who have those type of costs where insurance may not cover it all, but it doesn't matter because there's money available to help you out. And so I coached for 3 more years, and then I was like, you know what? I don't have enough. I don't have a tangible thing to leave for my children. Let me go start driving trucks. All right, this is what I want to do. So I'm 3 years into it now, just under 3 years, with viable, legitimate experience. I've been pulling my bootstraps up, working hard. Everything I learned in Nebraska, everything I learned as a Husker has been paying off. I'm great at what I do. I just need a little more help. So what I'm looking for is a track relatively new, so that I can get out here and run. Because my wife and I determined that we're going to give money to Cooks Children's Hospital here in Fort Worth and do for others what has been done for us. And I can't do it, or I should say I can't. It's been very difficult doing it, working for other people. So I knew that my vision was to start a business. This is the business that I love because I drive a lot. I love getting these miles in, and it's a very lucrative industry. Anybody listening to me knows anything about transportation, knows about trucking, that it is hot, always is, always will be, will continue to be hot. And so in order for me to do that and to see that vision to the end, this is the industry in which I choose to be in to perform those goals and to handle that objective out and donate large sums, thousands of dollars in my mind, thousands upon thousands of dollars to make sure that I can help families out the way my family was helped.
Yeah, so basically Ticket Country looking for some partners in helping Sheldon get this truck going. We're going to name the truck Big Red. We want it to be red. We want it to be big. And we want to be able to give a portion of whatever Sheldon makes back to different organizations just to say thank you for looking out for him and his family in a time of need. Want to be able to give back. So, Sheldon, is there an email that the people can hit you up at if they want to try to help and become a partner?
Sure. I don't do social media. I'm not a big fan. You know this. I do have an email that I check regularly. It's called drift.com. Drift as in the car going sideways. Drift transportation at gmail.com.
Okay, that's drift transportation at gmail.com.
Yes, sir. Drift.
So Colt Becker
transportation.
texts this in. He says, VJ, my dad was a truck driver growing up all my life. He passed about 1.5 years ago. Thank you for this. He's angry about traffic. So I want to ask you to talk about being away from your family and so people can appreciate what you do.
Man.
You know, because I think truck drivers get a bad rap, but without truck drivers, listen, that'll take us back 100 years.
I would agree. Everybody knows, and if you don't know, I'll be quick with it. Anything and everything that you could put on came on the truck. Anything that you can sleep on, anything you can sleep under, anything you can wipe your butt with came on the truck. Anything you put in your stomach, any medication you use, anything you wear came on the truck. And when I first started, I think the longest time I've been away from home at one time was 45 days. My wife was like, nah, no more, not enough. I don't care how much money it is. You got to be home. My wife told me last week, no joke, it was last week because we're making changes. She said, dude, when you were gone, I felt like a single parent. Like you were just coming home for conjugal visits. Like you were sending you were sending child support home. That's all. That's what it felt like while you were on the road. And I was like, I didn't want you to be married to me to feel like that. And so I looked for an opportunity to work where I could be home every day, and I found it. I prayed for it. I asked my Father for a position where I could be home every day, and I found it. The thing that sucks about it, which is okay, it's a trade-off. You don't make as much. When you're home every day behind the wheel of a rig, you don't make as much. Now, I haven't found the right gig. I'm sure there's some guys out there that can argue against that. But for me, so far in my little experience, when you're home every day, you don't make as much. When you're gone, you make a little more. It's crazy that they will reward the guys who are willing to be on the road longer, but the guys who got to be home, it's not as much. But the point is, when you're by yourself, not by yourself, but when you're working for yourself, you can make it a little better. Now, I'm home every day now, right? Now my wife is like, dude, that's enough. Let's go back on the road. All right, that was enough.
She had enough of you.
What's that?
I said she had enough of you.
Right. After 19 years of marriage, when you're away, it still feels bad. But then again, when you're home every day, she can find a reason for me to lose it. All right. Once you start kicking out that 10th honeydew, I'm like, all right, I gotta go. So she did. We come to an agreement because we understand the potential when you have when you're an owner operator, when you're an independent, when you're calling your own shots. There is a trade-off because you do have to run a little bit. You can be home every day, but if you really want to maximize your earnings, you're gonna have to run a triangular location. That means you gotta go to one spot, get into another spot, and then back towards the home base. Now man, this road is dangerous, man. And these guys and girls are out here really putting in a lot of work. And yeah, you got some good, you got some bad, but it is a dangerous industry because I have noticed collisions right next to my truck as I pass. A few nights ago here in Texas, it got real cold. And on I-35 alone, a truck on his side, a truck jackknifed on the northbound side of I-35, and the truck jackknifed so bad it took up both sides of the 35.
Oh, wow.
And you wish and you hope these guys, you look at these cabs when you get up to them, man, you hope everybody's safe. You hope the girl is alive. You just can't be sure. This is dangerous, man. That's a lot of weight to be messing around with. And it takes all of your attention. Like the first time you asked me what was the most dangerous thing, it really is other people. Because you can't see at night, and you just got to be super careful. I really can't stress it enough. You just got to be super careful.
Yeah, well, here's what I can tell you about going on the road. Just remember this. Just remember this, Sheldon.
Okay.
Just remember this.
You better stop.
You just remember Miss V in this song when you get your butt on that road. That way, you can always, it'll be motivation to come back.
So I got all kind of inspiration. I ain't going nowhere.
I already know, but I just knew that was the song, so I figured,
right.
I would reference that song again. Now, when we get back,
19
Sheldon,
years, dude. 19 years.
Wow! Congratulations, man. 19 years. That's huge. All right. Well, the ticket 93.7. We'll be right back with Sheldon Jackson, the captain.
Fruitcakes are just for Christmas, right? Gosh, I feel sorry for you. I mean, what if we had done that with bacon? Bacon is only for breakfast. We'd never have bacon cheeseburgers. We'd never be able to save a salad by adding bacon bits. We'd never have Brinner. That's breakfast for dinner. Don't limit yourself. Fruitcakes for St. Patrick's Day. Fruitcakes for graduation. Fruitcakes for Thursday. Beatrice Bakery and Grandma's Fruitcakes are perfect for every occasion. Check them out in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Unseasonably warm temperatures here as we kick off the month of March. We'll top out near 75 today. Winds out of the northwest at around 10 to 20. Mainly clear tonight, a low down to around 38. And we'll push even warmer for our Wednesday. Highs tomorrow could approach 78. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Cynthia and Ed.
My mother was always very active and independent, and she was familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, out of the blue, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn or just stay at the stop sign. She wasn't even really sure where she was at. She was very concerned. It was very unsettling for her.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it, to bring the family in on it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served Buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo Promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities that we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say hello. So, don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Hey sports fans, Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
High school sports on 93.7 The Ticket are brought to you by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Lincoln is excited to welcome big events to our community. Find out what's happening in Lincoln by visiting lincoln.org.
Back with Vershawn Jackson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah, and we are back. It's 12:53 on a nice Sheldon. It is about 70 degrees here in Nebraska. Can you believe that?
Yes, I do. I'm not gonna last long though, but yes, I do.
Oh man, they claim it's supposed to go 7 days. Next 7 days supposed to be nice.
And then after that,
I don't know what happens after that. Yeah.
for the rest of the winter.
Who knows what's going to happen after that? The groundhog said it was going to be a longer winter, but
Man,
from the looks
as
of
long
it,
as
he
you
don't
wake
know
up
what
in
he's
the morning,
talking
it's a
about.
great day. It's all good, man.
Are you ready for Tom Osborne quotes?
I'll do my best, man.
This is
I remember some. Let's go with it.
No.
Fire away.
This is the time when I read a Coach Osborne quote, and then you break down what it means to you.
Okay, let's go.
Here's the first one. Work hard, stay focused, and surround yourself with good people.
Okay, work hard means being disciplined. Staying focused means block out all distractions. I remember talking about that a lot during school because sometimes we had some press going up here, press going on there, and those guys out there are not a part of what we're trying to do on this football field. So sometimes you got to block out distractions, and of course you surround yourself with guys like you, guys thinking the same way you're thinking. So that really does mean hang out with your teammates.
The odds are always against you no matter what your previous history is. You have to overcome the tendency to relax.
Yes. So when the odds are against you, any given Saturday, we put our hand on the ground to play ball. And any given Saturday, any team really could have won. So you cannot chill, you cannot relax and thinking it's already won before it's over. Now you could be super confident that you're going to win, but you still have to go out there and knock somebody on the ground over and over and over again. Or in other words, you have to execute the plan.
Is success just about winning, acclaim, trophies, wealth, or personal happiness or satisfaction? I've been blessed to experience some of these over the years, and I can answer without batting an eye, no. Accomplishments, applause, awards, and fortune are rewards that often come as a result of hard work and a determined spirit. But there is something bigger, something better, something that will outlast the winning season. The plushest corner office, the heftiest bonus, and the loudest cheers. That something can only be found when we look beyond the final score.
So your success, all those material things that come with quote unquote success by someone's standard, all that money, all that stuff really doesn't really matter. You can look back on it and think, okay, that's cool and all, but when you really truly measuring success, you're measuring it by the influence you had on others. You're measuring it about how much you grew as a man. You're measuring it with just your positive outlook, because you have to choose to be positive. even when things around you are negative and oppressive, you still have to choose to put a smile on your face. You have to choose to want to get up and get out of bed the next day.
Know how to win and how to lose and be able to handle adversity.
Called life. Everybody doesn't win and everybody doesn't lose. If you prepare yourself properly and you do everything you're supposed to do, it still don't guarantee you're going to win. But if you prepare yourself properly and do everything you're supposed to do, you put yourself in a better chance, a better possibility to win. So you're going to win sometimes, you're going to lose sometimes. As long as you handle yourself like a champion, that's exactly what you're going to do.
They know how to handle when the chips get down. I celebrate a victory when I start walking off the field. By the time I get to the locker room, I'm done.
Right, because that's as long as that victory lasts. Because as soon as you walk off the field and get to the locker room and take off all your gear, talk about on the plane, talk about on the bus all you want to, as soon as you get back to the next week, you got to prepare for the next team. So that victory is short-lived. Great as it may have felt, you still got to get prepared for the next opponent.
Have a spiritual basis which guides you in life. Have a philosophy in life to live by.
You have a spiritual basis. Say that one more time.
Have a spiritual basis which guides you in life. Have a philosophy of life to live by.
Right. So you have to understand, you have to know that there is a creator, that creator created all of it. So you have to respect his creation. You cannot say you love the creator and don't have love for the creation. That doesn't work out. So if you love the creator, truly love the creator, then you have to love the creation.
Listen, Sheldon, I got Rico over here playing Tupac in my ear all loud. Go ahead and turn it up a little bit. So that's a good place to go to break. It's the Captain, the Ticket. I'm with Shell Biggity Jackson, 93.7. Rico!
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo Promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities that we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say hello. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Can you believe all the empty car lots in Lincoln? How can they survive? Well, they are surviving by charging way too much and making you believe there are no cars available. Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto. I'm here to tell you that they are full of bull stuffing. Come out to Price Right in Westo and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with our Peace of Mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on Westo Street at Price Right Auto.
Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations? Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you? Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues, but things continue to loosen up as Koppel gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
In a world where fun and cash prizes collide, one game explodes to the forefront. Cash Blast from the Nebraska Lottery. Non-stop excitement, a winning thrill ride, and starring you. Until April 12th. Play 2x2 weekly for a chance to win $5,000 or $500. And if your ticket was a 7-day draw, your prize is doubled. Don't miss it. Cash Blast playing at a lottery retailer near you. 2x2 top prize odds 1 in 105,000.
Attention anyone standing near a mud puddle. Trucks and Bucks is back, so take cover. The Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch game is roaring down the road again. And this year, we're giving away 8 blue 2022 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks. So buy a $2 Trucks and Bucks ticket today. You could win a new Ford F-150 and make a real splash in your neighborhood. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Unseasonably warm temperatures here as we kick off the month of March. We'll top out near 75 today. Winds out of the northwest at around 10 to 20. Mainly clear tonight, a low down to around 38. And we'll push even warmer for our Wednesday. Highs tomorrow could approach 78. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In boys sub-district basketball, after beating Lincoln Lutheran, Lincoln Christian fell to Ashland Greenwood in their sub-district 75-57. Marshbanks and Barrier combined for 39 points in the loss. Parkview Christian won over Osceola 63-60. Beatrice beat Norris 49-42, and Platteview rolled past Waverly 64-26 to win their sub-district. In girls district basketball, after a win over Nebraska City, Norris beat Waverly 48-30 to win their sub-district. White for Norris was the leading scorer with 14 points. Lincoln North Star beat Omaha North 71-41. Omaha Burke will play at Lincoln High on Saturday. Lincoln Lutheran beat Lincoln Christian to advance to the finals. There they would play Malcolm and win 48-27. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
Come on, Nick. Where you at, Nick? You ain't on the deal, though. Right? That's how we work around here, Sheldon. A part-time.
Hey, man,
A
you
part-time.
played a song. You played Daryl Hall and John Oates Man-Eater, right? A few moments ago.
Yeah.
So tell me why my 13-year-old knows Daryl Hall and John Oates.
No.
And she was like, yeah, Dad. I'm like, how do you know about them? Yeah, Dad, Man-Eater. I'm like, what?
That right there?
that right there. I'm like,
how does she know about that?
13-year-old girl.
Yeah,
Right.
How does she know about Man Eater?
That's what I was asking her. She didn't have an answer for me. She just smiled and started singing the song. I was like, how do you know the words to that song, girl?
Investigation time.
Man Eater.
Hey, Colt Becker says, VJ, the country appreciate what you do. The country appreciates what you do. People don't understand the sacrifice, but a few of us do. So Colton Becker, thank you. Colton understands what you're going through.
What sacrifice you going through, VJ?
Well, to be on the radio, I mean, brother got to drive down every day and drive back every day. I get tired. You're on the road. You know, that's an hour. It's a hot hour. 45 minutes if I drive fast.
That's your sacrifice?
Yes.
Man.
That's a big – listen, I own a dealership and I run my brother's restaurant. So that's a big sacrifice. That's a lot going on.
Man, this is a huge opportunity.
That's why I appreciate it. I think a lot of people say I found my calling or whatever the case may be. I don't know if you think that, but it's been awesome, man, just to be able to talk to some of the Husker greats, talk to yourself, people like you, Coach Osborne, Coach McBride, Coach Darlington, Coach Sams. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can talk to your dad, Coach Brown. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Your long lost daddy.
There you go.
Your long lost daddy.
No, man. No. My
Coach
dad,
Brown might be
his name is
listening.
actually Sheldon Jackson Sr. He's actually he's in Riverside, California. That's my fault.
All right.
There you go.
Your surrogate
I don't
father.
look nothing like Coach
Your
Brown.
father away from home. What are you talking about? You don't have to look like him. You just have to think like him. You have to think like him.
That doesn't make him my dad, dude.
All right.
No.
I'm just saying it was your dad at school.
Well, then he was your dad too.
Nah.
Yeah.
I was the redheaded stepchild. You know what I'm saying? He was always trying to whoop me.
Well. That still make stepchild or no stepchild made him your dad. He accepted the role as your father. And I think he did a really good job, man. You became look where you are right now. You're doing a pretty darn good job. I know he's proud, and I know he's listening in.
Oh man, so I know. I know Colton. I know Colton. You were talking about Sheldon sacrifice. We know he's got a big time sacrifice. Let's get back to quotes.
Okay.
Quotes. I like doing that because I think that it's more meaningful, and these are all Coach Osborne quotes. You can tell by looking at me. Go ahead. What'd you say?
You just had him on the show, didn't you?
Yeah, yesterday.
So I'm like, I don't know how you gonna put me on the show. I can't follow up greatness like that, man. I don't know why. I mean, I appreciate you having me on, but to follow up behind Coach Osborne, come on, is that fair to me?
Yeah, very fair to you.
Okay. Let's go.
I mean, we're all human. It's just I know he's a legend, but so are you, Sheldon.
Right.
In your own right. You know what I mean? Some people.
Am I all right?
Yeah, there's people I would imagine that look up to you the way they look up to Coach Osborne, the way we do Coach Osborne. You know, some of the lives that you touch as far as with coaching young people. You know, what will we do? I mean, there's young people that I see today. I have no idea who they are. That they be like, Coach, man, I just want to tell you, thank you, man. That was the best football I ever played. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So
good point.
You never know who you touch, and then you touch them sometimes over time, even though you're not around them. The things that you brought to their life is still relevant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. Do you miss playing football?
No, I don't miss playing football, but I do miss being around the guys on my team who I shared an experience with. Football is very hard on me physically, and I'm still paying the price, to be honest with you, of playing the game. But what I do miss is, being around guys who are like-minded, being around guys demonstrating. I think you said it before. When you look at the locker room of college athletics, the one thing that was very instrumental with us is that's the one place in our world and in our society where you don't
You really don't care what a person looks like. You care about the character of a person. You really do care about a person's character because you got to depend on that character to help you win these football games and to help you accomplish these team goals. So, yeah, I miss being around guys like that and working with guys like that. But as far as playing the game itself, physically, I'm good. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not playing football.
Yeah, when you think of Coach Osborne, you think of spring practice. Like, let's scratch Coach Osborne. When you think of spring practice, what's going through your mind? You went through 5 springs.
Mm-hmm.
What's going through your mind right now? Being they got one practice down. What are you thinking?
Where do all these guys come from? Who are all these people?
Oh, that's good.
It went from like I don't know. I'm trying to be conservative with my numbers. You can correct me. It went from like 50 to 40 some odd players, and now there's like 150 players out here. I'm like, how do you even decipher who's who? So to me, that was like a really big pressure moment because my first spring, you don't know what to expect, so you're just kind of following the herd. But when you step out there and you realize that these are a bunch of guys who are out here fighting for your spot, you're like, oh, it's like that out here. So you strap in tight, you knuckle up, and you do the best you can to knock somebody down.
What's your recollection of spring? I mean, was it 20 straight days of pads? Seemed like we was banging every day in spring.
I do. I felt that way. Even half pads when we got out of school and we moseyed to the locker room and we found out that it was a half pad practice. That didn't make you feel better. When they said shells or whatever, that didn't make you give you a sigh of relief. Matter of fact, it was even worse because you didn't have your legs. You didn't have the protection on your legs. I remember some guys even putting on full pads, even if they did say half pads. So it was hard work, man. You can't get beyond that. It was hard work, period, hands down. There was nothing easy. There was nothing fun, nothing exciting about it. Just hard, pure, unadulterated, slave to the grindstone work, which, in my opinion, was necessary because we wouldn't have accomplished what we've accomplished if we didn't have it. What I miss?
Johnny from the East Side was giving you the business last week. It sounded like the WWE was going to start. You know who Johnny from the East Side is?
East side of what? The Mississippi. I mean, I drive east of the 35, east of the 45.
Which player I think that you played with, and I even think y'all came out together, would be if his alias. He's got one alias, but his other alias is Johnny from the East Side. And Johnny from the East Side, just so you know what? I'll tag team my tag team partner, Shell Biggity Jackson in, and we'll have to do you a little WWE style, brother. Johnny from the East Side is Jay Foreman.
I ain't never known that dude to have that name, Jay Foreman.
Me neither.
That knucklehead, man. He don't want none of it. Okay. Jay is a solid ball player, right? We all know Jay's a baller. Jay better not come over here talking no mess.
Hey, he
didn't bring no heat over this way.
That's what I'm saying. What is he talking about? I don't even remember if I got a hold of Jay, it was me coming down on him, and believe me, he was gonna lose that one. He's a middle backer. I mean, he didn't see us coming.
Right. Now, like I said, he's a solid ball player, but Jay wasn't bringing no heat to no tight ends. Not that I can remember.
Johnny from the East
Maybe
Side.
Tell Johnny to go to the South Side. Come to the South Side.
Yeah.
When he came to the South Side, it was a wrap.
Yeah, Johnny, stop playing, acting like you from the East Side and you giving people the business. He just running. Well, I said he just running his mouth.
I was about to say, don't he live on the north side of Lincoln or something? Does he live on the north side?
Somewhere around in there. Maybe no, he might live in the South Side. He might be all the way over there where the real money is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. New developments and all that stuff. Talking about he from the East
Side. Oh, yeah. I've been through there. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny from the East Side.
Johnny from the East Side. Yeah, please.
Yeah, he'll call in talking crazy at times. That Debo in him start to come out. but we all know what that is. We know who was the real Debo.
It was not Johnny from the East Side.
Yeah, it was Dwayne Harris. Who that was. That's the real Debo.
You say Dwayne Wade? Don't say that too loud,
Harris,
man. That's
sir.
like, huh?
Dwayne Harris, the big,
right, Dwayne Harris,
the 8-9 foot wingspan guy.
That's like Candyman, dude. Don't say that brother's name too many times in front of the mirror.
The man that'll snatch your skin off the bones.
Man,
that dude.
I hope he's doing all right. That dude, my first time seeing him across the line, I told you before, picked me up off the ground.
Sheldon, how big are you? Let's just talk about that so the people know. At that time, you were what, 6 what?
At that time, I was still about the same height. I was 6'3" and some change. I came out of high school, so I was about 230, 235.
6'3" is all, Sheldon? Why did I think you were 6'5"?
Yeah, I mean, I could say I got shoes and boots on. I could claim 6'4", but I think barefoot I'm 6'3" and some change.
Okay, but did they have you listed at 6'5" or what?
I think they had me listed at 6'4",
okay.
235, 240 on a heavy day. Yeah. I got real big one time in there when I was in Nebraska. Like I got to like 260, but I was very slow. When I got into the league, I got to 260. I was just used as a human battering ram. Shout out fullback. I played fullback in Buffalo for a short spell. But now, same height. Now I'm about 280. I'm not proud of it, but I carry it well. But no, I'm not. I'm too heavy. Too heavy right now, dude.
You got your dad bod going.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I got a dad bod.
We got to get these 50-gallon tanks off our stomachs, man. We got to get them off.
Man. We do. That's why I'm considering. I'm also in my transportation business. I'm gonna do flatbed in addition to box. I was doing flatbed for a major carrier, man. I was getting that work in, and the pounds were coming off. A lot of people don't like to do that kind of work. A lot of truck drivers don't like to do that kind of work. But flatbed work is, to me, like some of the best work because it keeps you active. I met some old guys in their 60s flatbedding, tying down chains and stuff. And these guys were slim, strong, and it was inspirational. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have a flatbed trailer to help me stay in shape in that regard. I don't get to the gym very often. Like, I'm home now. I got 10 hours. Like I told you, I got to change the starter first, and I got to go up at the bed.
You better get them push-ups and sit-ups in. Get 100 of them in, man.
Are you doing 100 push-ups and sit-ups, sir?
100 between time. I'm doing 100 push-ups. I'm trying to do 100 sit-ups. That I haven't made that goal yet, but I am. After I get through with my 100 push-ups. No, every day.
Every day. Okay.
Every day. 100 push-ups. You could sit around watching TV, commercial break, jump and do your 100 push-ups. Sauter Heyman text line if you want to get in. 999-4620. That's 402-999-4620. Our new Sauter Heyman text line. Now, what are you saying, Sheldon, about doing your push-ups?
No, you're right. I got to get them in. I can't be lazy, dude. We were hunter-gatherers out here. We got to be ready to go at any moment. Some of these young kids may want to step to us. I finally got my second gray hair in my beard. People looking at me, calling me sir now. I need to make sure I'm ready to go.
Well, lucky you. I got a whole chin full of gray hair.
I seen your face.
Holy smokes.
I seen your face.
You just got like two. You got to be what, 46, 45?
I'll be 46 in July, sir. I'm 45 right now. My wife just turned 46 in February. She and I are roughly the same, born in the same year.
February, what was her birthday?
February 2nd.
There you go.
And we just celebrated our 19th anniversary on the 18th of February.
There you go.
That's getting it in, bro.
That's a beautiful thing, man. When you can say you've been around for the same person that long, that talks about consistency.
Yes, sir. 2 decades, bro. 2 decades.
And you're still young, man. You guys could actually hit like 40 years and 50 years, like the old people used to do back in the day, and you married 40, 50, 60 years. You could actually hit that.
God willing, brother, it's going to happen. Just don't tell her that. She don't want to know about the future like that. She's one day at a time girl, which is fine. She's my ride or die. And so far, we've been riding, man.
Where'd y'all meet at?
Ride pretty good. 7th grade, Lord Beer, Diamond Bar, California.
Dang. When'd y'all reconnect?
during Buffalo when I was in New York. She actually wanted to come to Nebraska with me, but I didn't find that out until after I left New York. So like years later, she said, I would have gone to Nebraska with you. I said, no, you wouldn't have liked that cold.
Did you date in high school?
We were just friends in high school. We didn't actually date. We've been friends since 7th grade. So before we got married, we were friends for a good 13, 17 years.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We can have a discussion about marriage another time, brother, but communication is key. I can say that.
Well, absolutely. I mean, anybody who's been married 19 years and dealt with, I'm not going to say put up with you. You guys put up with each other because that's the way it's supposed to be. These two people putting up with the other person's flaws and being able to live with those flaws.
Yeah.
And not complain about them, but understand that that's that person. You have to give them the space to be who they are.
Right.
So,
What it's called compromise.
What's been the toughest thing about being married that long?
The toughest thing about being married that long, I guess it's the ups and downs of employment. And what I mean by that, I've been all over the place with the various jobs I've had since I left Buffalo. Like I think we talked about before. I had a little bit of depression, so I didn't really have to know how to bounce back from a 6-figure salary to a 4-figure salary, and vice versa. So that's been crazy because your woman wants you to lead by example. She wants you to provide. She wants you to protect, and those are things you sign up for as a husband. And when she notices you, and I'm being pretty transparent here, don't judge me, people. When she sees that you're not providing, when she sees that she doesn't feel like she's protected with you, when she sees that there's no upward movement, she begins to question. And so when she began to question, I began to question, kind of what am I doing? So the hardest thing is really just finding a niche and finding the right employment, finding the right career. And I literally have been bouncing all over the industry. And she's had to take a pay cut when we moved from California to Texas. So she's been disappointed with kind of how the job market has been for her. So, like I said earlier, when I found this particular market, this industry that I wanted to jump into, and we've had businesses that have failed. Now that we've kind of found one that we both believe that's going to work, because of all the information out there that you can research and find out about transportation and so forth. That this has come full circle. She has definitely got on board. She's a believer. She's my queen. She's my neck. I am the head of the house, whether she makes more money than me or not, which there's been times when she has. But she is my neck, and she will turn the head in one direction or the other. But I am the head, and so I respect who my queen is. And we have been through dog doo-doo down through the years, and we have come through, man, smelling like roses.
You know what, man? Like I say all the time, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. So, Sheldon, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. More Sheldon Jackson, the captain, the ticket, 93.7.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In boys sub-district basketball, after beating Lincoln Lutheran, Lincoln Christian fell to Ashland Greenwood in their sub-district 75-57. Marshbanks and Barrier combined for 39 points in the loss. Parkview Christian won over Osceola 63-60. Beatrice beat Norris 49-42. And Platteview rolled past Waverly 64-26 to win their sub-district. In girls district basketball, after a win over Nebraska City, Norris beat Waverly 48-30 to win their sub-district. White for Norris was the leading scorer with 14 points. Lincoln North Star beat Omaha North 71-41. Omaha Burke will play at Lincoln High on Saturday. Lincoln Lutheran beat Lincoln Christian to advance to the finals. There they would play Malcolm and win 48-27. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for His Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
High school sports on 93.7 The Ticket are brought to you by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Lincoln is excited to welcome big events to our community. Find out what's happening in Lincoln by visiting lincoln.org.
They say one great thing leads to another, and that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and opt in to get a Ready Next text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 330 North 48th Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations. Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you. Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum.
In a world where fun and cash prizes collide, one game explodes to the forefront. Cash Blast from the Nebraska Lottery. Non-stop excitement, a winning thrill ride, and starring you. Until April 12th, play 2x2 weekly for a chance to win $5,000 or $500. And if your ticket was a 7-day draw, your prize is doubled. Don't miss it. Cash Blast playing at a lottery retailer near you. 2x2 top prize odds 1 in 105,000.
Attention anyone standing near a mud puddle. Trucks and Bucks is back, so take cover. The Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch game is roaring down the road again. And this year, we're giving away 8 blue 2022 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks. So buy a $2 Trucks and Bucks ticket today. You could win a new Ford F-150 and make a real splash in your neighborhood. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
Can you believe all the empty car lots in Lincoln? How can they survive? Well, they are surviving by charging you way too much and making you believe there are no cars available. Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto. I'm here to tell you that they are full of bull stuffing. Come out to Price Right in West O and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. We won't let you get 11 since we back every one of our vehicles with our Peace of Mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on West O Street at Price Right Auto.
What are you doing, Sip? I thought the chickens could use some more light in their lives. So you're building what exactly? It's a motion censored switchboard. Duh. Are you sure you know what you're doing? Of course. Ow! God! Ow! Seems like a job for a professional. Just one more wire. Yep, there you go, right there.
Don't be like Sip. Call Joe at Ambition Electric for any of your electric needs at 402-217-3415.
Back with Vershawn Jackson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking to you. Come on.
That's right, folks. It's the captain on the ticket 93.7.
Hey, show the be my phone.
I'm with Shell Biggity Jackson, 3-time national champ as well.
Hey,
Sheldon.
man. Rashawn.
Oh my goodness. I thought I just got something that came across my phone.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I might have not. I missed it. Hold on. Oh, Roger Craig. First of all, you know about Roger Craig, right?
I mean, yeah. I don't know too much, but I know who he is.
Okay, so Roger Craig became the first player in NFL history in 1985 to have 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season.
Okay.
And he's not in the hall and won 3 Super Bowls. Played in 4. And he's not in the Hall of Fame. How is that even possible?
Well, I can't speak to that, man. I cannot speak to that. But we know who he is, and we're going to honor him, and we're going to talk about his greatness because that's what we do.
Well, and here's the deal. I mean, anytime you got a career like his that spanned 10 plus years, 13,000 total regular season yards, 13,000.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking a running back now. That's saying something, and I just, for the life of me, I can't understand if Roger Craig is not in the Hall, just like Chuck Foreman should be in the Hall as well, and a couple of Art Monk. There's a couple of guys that should be in the Hall that's not even sniffing. They're even close. At least from the outside looking in, it doesn't look like the Hall wants them right now. So, yeah, I don't know. You never know.
Don't worry about it, man. Like I said, it's important that we recognize it. We recognize their greatness for what they've done. We support it. We bring it out. We bring it to the people's attention. And that's how you get it started. As long as we honoring them for what we're saying, we're honoring them what they've done. I don't know. I'm sure that might not be enough for them, but at least it's something better than nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find some more quotes.
Hey, I gotta admit to you, brother, that you've been very helpful. A lot of truck drivers talk on the phone when they drive, right? So it's to help them get through the miles. And I will admit that you have definitely helped me get all the way home to underneath my truck, taking out my starter.
Well, that's the key. We want to be good radio where it's easy listening, but it's informational. And I think a lot of times people, they play with the road. I mean, I've been a driver for a long time. My grandfather taught me how to drive. And the one thing he'd always say is trucks, don't play with them. Either stay behind them or get on past them. But don't be in a truck's blind side. Don't be right next to a truck. I mean, a tire blowout, anything can happen, and you're gonna lose against the truck. It's a lose-lose situation, right?
Very valuable information, man.
What's another safety rule that you can give us when driving trucks?
Really, one of the most important things is, like what your grandfather said, is don't get in front of a truck. Get away. I do most of my driving because I'm local, so I'm home every day. I'm getting home around times like this, and maybe a few hours earlier. So I do most of my time. To me, the best time to drive for a trucker is in the hours of 10 in the evening to about 4 or 5 in the morning. So the roads are not as full. There's fewer drivers on the road, mostly drunk drivers on the road. People who are driving at night usually are trying to get somewhere. So you don't have a lot of that, cruising going on, especially out in the country much. At least that's my experience. So that being said,
if you are driving, get to where you got to get to. Get away from the truck. Don't get in front of a truck, because sometimes just in case the person driving that truck is not paying attention and you slammed your brakes, by the time that trucker realizes the error in his or her ways, it's gonna be problems for you because you were too close to that truck. Give that trucker enough time to stop, to brake, and all that stuff, because it takes the truck a long time to stop. So, we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We get that, but give yourself a chance to survive an encounter with a truck, because, like your uncle said, if you're gonna get into a fender bender with a truck, whether or not you win $1 million or $2 million or not, you might not be in a physical position to enjoy that money, even if you win it. So it's easier to just get away from truck drivers, man. Get away from those trucks.
Mm-hmm. The Siler Heyman text line is open. If you got any questions for myself or Sheldon, 402-999-4620. And that can be questions about the spring game practice. That can just be questions in general, questions with Coach Osborne. Again, we got a new text line. It's 402-990-4620. Again, Siler Heyman text line. 402.
Hey, it could be a question about changing starters, because that's what I'm doing right now.
990-4620. You're saying they asked you about changing the starter.
Yeah, I know to change a starter, dude. This is not my first rodeo. I'm changing one right now. That's what I was saying. You talked me all the way home, dude.
Well, that's what we like to do. We like to talk you all the way home, but changing starters is a whole different ball game.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game. So Sheldon, when you're thinking again, we go back to spring ball.
Yes.
Have you ever been hurt during spring?
I guess I've been hurt, yeah, but never injured.
But I guess I mean, have you been injured during spring where you didn't go through spring ball?
No.
Wow. That's the key. How are we able to stay healthy? You get a lot of guys nowadays who get hurt. Kind of seems like fairly easy. What do you think it was that we didn't get hurt as much? Because I can't remember sitting out practice. You remember the time I sat out practice is during the spring. I think or right during fall camp, 96. We were getting ready to break camp. Somebody rolled up on my ankle. I didn't have my ankles taped.
Yeah.
And so Coach Brown was mad, and I was wrong because I should have had my ankles taped. I should have got there with plenty of time to get my ankles taped. But in the case of me coming to this world, I was 16 minutes late, and I don't know what it is about being late. It's like my brother or somebody. I'm working on it. I'm working.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's tough to speak to that, man. As a coach, when I was coaching, I don't want to say that the children are different now. I don't want to get into that argument or debate. But I guess I don't know if their focus is off. I don't know I know the training should be there. I can speak for the kids that I worked with. So the kids that I worked with, when I trained them, I was a PE teacher, and I did K through 12. And interestingly enough, when I trained them, I gave them the exact same thing that I got when I was in Nebraska. The only difference was it was watered down and geared down for high school kids. And I got so much backlash. Kids were complaining so much that they knew that they can go to their parents, and their parents wouldn't bother with me. The parents would go, they wouldn't even bother with the head coach that hired me. They go straight to the AD or the superintendent of the school, and to complain about the training that they were getting. Now, granted, these kids all said, yeah, we want to go play college sports. We want to go college sports. We want to go D1, go D1. I said, okay, well, let me, I'm the perfect guy for you. I've been all those places. I can help you get there. And so when we started going through the training of it, man, these kids were complaining. They didn't want to do no lunges. They didn't want to do no bear crawls. They didn't want to do no inchworms. And so the parents, they would come down on me and they would change everything and stop me from training them. So I don't know if that's what the guys are dealing with in college or whatnot, but kids are not too much different. And so I would say a lot of them, the parents, I can't say all parents, because I don't want nobody to get mad, but there are some parents who are, I guess we're just a little too lenient on our children, and we're scared that we're going to break them.
Hey, so make sure out there on the Sauer Heyman text line 999-4620, make sure that you leave your name, because now it's a new system, so I can't say your number, so because it all comes to the same. But anyway, somebody from the text line asked us, Sheldon, SJVJ, most memorable win and most memorable loss. I'll start with the most memorable loss first. Would be Texas.
For me?
For me, it would be Texas.
Oh, yeah. That's
because it was a bunch of us were sick, no excuse. We had some opportunities to win the game, but we shouldn't have lost that game. We should have won that game. And so that's one that, I had an opportunity to catch a ball in the back of the end zone. My brother and them say I dropped it, but I say the guy made a good play. Either or, I didn't make the play, and we didn't win. So I that's one that I think we let get away.
So, if I can go back and change the loss, look at Arizona State loss. I think it was a 96.
Yeah, the same year.
I dropped one in that game down the middle of the field. I still be running to this day if I caught that one, and it hurt, man. Oh my gosh, that one hurt bad. Going back to Lincoln that night, I didn't want nobody to talk to me. I didn't want nobody to even know who I was after that game.
Appreciate it, Bryce. Okay, so then what about memorable win for you?
What's memorable win? Goodness. I'm not gonna have a lot of time. I'm trying to think.
Well, you think for me?
Yeah, go. You put it
I think for me it was winning the 95 championship. Because we had went through so much, 93, 94, and then winning back-to-back championships felt so good because we defended what was already ours. So it still sticks out in my mind, just how we dominated Florida, and plus the fact that they was talking so much stuff. It was Gatoring and why and all that stuff, and to shut those guys down, it made me feel good.
That would be the 97 game against Peyton Manning and the Volunteers. I was very fortunate that game. I was the leading receiver with receptions that game for both teams, which was kind of odd because they had really good players in that team. Curtis Price was a good receiver on that team. I actually played with him in Buffalo, and our defense shut them down. So that I was able to shine for both teams, which is really unheard of. But it was really a good win. I had 4 receptions, some crazy number of yards for a tight end, and had a few. It was just a really good game to win, especially against such a respected player as Peyton Manning and the Volunteers were that year.
Why do kids seem to be lacking work ethic and the will to compete in today's football?
That's a question for me.
Yeah.
Because kids want to. It's all about the video game. You can turn on a video game now and live a fantasy world in just about any capacity that you can imagine. And there's nothing wrong with that, So I guess some people like the release, some people like the escape, but nothing wrong with that in moderation, right? Or if you've earned it, you paid for it, that's fine. But if you're trying to accomplish something as vigorous and as hardcore as football, or along other different disciplines, then there is no substitute for getting out there and getting your hands dirty, for sake of a better phrase. You got to get out there and you got to have the bumps, you got to have the bruises. You have to, like I used to study martial arts, and you just have to get the calluses. I try to play guitar. You got to get the calluses. If you are just playing a video game, you might get a callus or 2 on your thumbs, but you need calluses over your knuckles. You need calluses over your brain. You need calluses over your nose. You need calluses everywhere of your body that you're just not going to get sitting there in front of a television. You need somebody to kick you in the face and know what it feels like so that you know that you don't ever want to feel it again. And you're going to do everything in your power to develop your strength, your speed, so that nobody can kick you in the face again.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We're with Sheldon Jackson, three-time national champ, former Buffalo Bill. I don't know who's saying this. Like I told you guys before, on the side of Hammer text line, it's a brand new line, 402-666-4620. 999. Oh, gosh. That hit me all the way different, Sheldon. The 999 hit me different. Anyway, 402-999-4620. Hit us up on the side of Hammer text line. But make sure that you put who it is talking so I can make sure I give you credit. Your text and more when we get back with Sheldon Jackson, the captain of the ticket, 93.7.
Can you believe all the empty car lots in Lincoln? How can they survive? Well, they are surviving by charging way too much and making you believe there are no cars available. Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto. I'm here to tell you that they are full of bull stuffing. Come out to Price Right in Westo and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. We won't let you get 11 since we back every one of our vehicles with our Peace of Mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on Westo Street at Price Right Auto.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Unseasonably warm temperatures here as we kick off the month of March. We'll top out near 75 today. Winds out of the northwest at around 10 to 20. Mainly clear tonight, a low down to around 38. And we'll push even warmer for our Wednesday. Highs tomorrow could approach 78. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
High school sports on 93.7 The Ticket are brought to you by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Lincoln is excited to welcome big events to our community. Find out what's happening in Lincoln by visiting lincoln.org.
They say one great thing leads to another, and that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and opt in to get a Ready Next text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
What are you doing, Sip?
I thought the chickens could use some more light in their lives.
So you're building what exactly?
It's a motion-censored switchboard. Duh.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Of course. Ow! God! Ow!
Seems like a job for a professional.
Just one more wire. Yep, there you go, right there.
Don't be like Sip. Call Joe at Ambition Electric for any of your electric needs at 402-217-3415.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 330 North 48th Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations! Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you? Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum.
In a world where fun and cash prizes collide, one game explodes to the forefront. Cash Blast from the Nebraska Lottery. Non-stop excitement, a winning thrill ride, and starring you. Until April 12th. Play 2x2 weekly for a chance to win $5,000 or $500. And if your ticket was a 7-day draw, your prize is doubled. Don't miss it. Cash Blast playing at a lottery retailer near you. 2x2 top prize odds 1 in 105,000.
Attention anyone standing near a mud puddle. Trucks and Bucks is back, so take cover. The Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch game is roaring down the road again. And this year, we're giving away 8 blue 2022 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks. So buy a $2 Trucks and Bucks ticket today. You could win a new Ford F-150 and make a real splash in your neighborhood. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
Back with Vershawn Jackson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I already did because I already said something. That's right. It's the captain. The Ticket, 93.7. Shell Biggity.
What's up?
We how you coming on the starter deal, man? You almost done?
Almost out. Yep.
Oh, you just getting it out. So you had them 2 long boats or what?
Yes, sir. So General Motors keeps it simple for us.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's two bolts, and I got them loose, and they're almost out. I now got to get some to wipe my hands off so I don't get all this oil and stuff. I got to get it's kind of dirty underneath there, but it's all good. It's almost out.
Good. Bill and Bennett, what's up, man? Appreciate you texting us. Bryce, appreciate that. Is that the permanent number for the text line now? No. But it's the one to use right now if you want to get through. Sheldon, what you got for us, man? I mean, give us that. If somebody wanted to be a partner in helping get that big red truck, give us that email again.
Drift Transportation. Drift. Like Tokyo Drift. Drift Transportation at gmail.com. That's the best way to get a hold of me because I do check it regularly. I don't do the social media thing, but you can get a hold of me that way if you have any questions, if you're interested. And, it's been a vision. It's been a dream for me to be able to do something for people the way that things have been done for me. So it'll be a very good help, very big help for us, for my family, of course, and for the people of Fort Worth. And also in Nebraska, too, because I'm gonna be running lanes up in the Nebraska territory. So I'm going to be able to also contribute in that area as well, because Nebraska is my second home. They have treated me just as good there, if not better there. They did in Inglewood, California. But I was up there in Lincoln in last year in September, I think it was, and I got a chance to pass through. Haven't been by in a while. And I'm putting my bid in to haul that equipment trailer around when Nebraska starts going to these bowl games and start going to the championship game again. I put my name in the hat. And this would definitely be instrumental in getting me closer to that position where I can, former alum guy who used to ride in the bus, used to ride in the plane with the team. Now he's the guy that's helping pull the equipment around to the bowl games, and I think that'd be a great showing to the people, to all the viewers and whatnot, that this is a family affair, and what great way to kind of give back to the university in that regards too. It's just something simple. Most people don't care about how the equipment gets there, but for guys like me, and this is a line of work that I chose to get in, man, that nothing could be more important than the equipment. So aside from the players, don't get me wrong, but yeah, man, that'll be a real big thing for me. Real big thing for us.
So give that email one more time.
Drift Transportation. Drift, like you're going sideways in your car. Drift Transportation at gmail.com. I do check it regularly. And my goodness, I better check it every day now in case somebody said, hey, man, I got what you need. So I'll actually bump that regularly up to daily.
Hey, well, get the check-in and Ticket Country and Husker fans, if you can help Sheldon out. Let's get that big red deal. Let's get it going. Let's get it handled and all that stuff. Let's get it handled and all that good stuff. The current temperature, somebody asked me, for former players, you can play. Belief is here. Let me ask you this question, and you don't have to answer that. I don't know if we're gonna answer it. I'll answer it. What's the current temperature of former players and their belief in Scott Frost getting this turned around fully? They all on his side? That was a question. I can't speak for everybody. I don't know, when you talk about current temperature and all those good stuff, I can't say what they think, but what I think is we've made some changes. We brought in some studs. If we can put it together as a team, I'm behind them. I think now is the time, though. This year is the day. We have to do it now. We cannot wait. So I believe that the majority of the players are on his side and do have his back on this entire deal. So, Sheldon, appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, BJ, man.
Be safe out there on the road, too, okay?
We'll do. Started it out.
Hey, Ticket Country, thanks for listening. We'll have a guest tomorrow. Captain, The Ticket, 93.7. Be right back.